and I was able to keep my composure and, keep us in the ball game.
Yeah, you talked about battling back and battled back in a big way. 6 runs there in the bottom of the 4th. After the offense hadn't had a hit in the first 3 innings, Ben Johnson leads off with a double. Pat Riley adds a double, a couple of singles, a couple of walks, and then the big 3-run double by Sean Rodriguez to turn a 4-3 game into a 7-3 game. I thought that was big, and for the second straight game, he came through because, of course, he hit that home run in the 8th inning on Saturday that held up as the winning run. So talk about the job that Sean Rodriguez has done this year.
Sean Rodriguez has just been amazing. I mean, not only this year and this past couple of games, but just since me and him ever been teammates. He's one of those guys where, when he comes to the plate, just anything can happen, So he's definitely a clutch player. So, I mean, he's done a tremendous job. And if it was 9th inning, 2 outs, and he's up, I like my chances with Sean.
Of course, another big part of yesterday's ball game was after you departed, you left with an 8-3 lead. Joe Torres came in. He had been really good his previous 4 outings, had only given up 2 hits, struggled with his command a little bit, gave up a hit, gave up 3 walks, ended up leaving with the bases loaded and the tying run at the plate, and Miguel Gonzalez comes in, strikes out the next 2 hitters to close the inning and really deflate High Desert. I thought he really kind of ended the game in an inning early right there, getting those 2 big strikeouts. Talk about the job that Miguel Gonzalez did.
Well, first of all, coming in and bases loaded, I mean, you can't beat that. That's one of the toughest situations to come in baseball. And, High Desert had some momentum going, and for him to come in and get 2 strikeouts, I think that just killed their momentum, and he did a heck of a job. Mickey is he's one of those players. He's going to be very good for a long time.
Here we're talking with Quakes starting pitcher Nick Green here on the Quakes on Deck show. And I want to talk about one other aspect of yesterday's ball game, about a guy who really does not get a whole lot of attention, but we certainly want to shed the light on the job that he's done all year, and that's Tim Duff. When you've got Michael Collins and Ben Johnson ahead of you on the depth chart, there aren't going to be a whole lot of innings to catch for Tim Duff, but he did a great job calling the game yesterday and controlling the game. Previously, he had worked Francisco Rodriguez's complete game shutout, where he did a great job, and he's just really been there. He's been very steady. I definitely want to touch on him and get your impressions of working with Tim Duff.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Being in that situation, where you got 2 guys ahead of you, just the way Tim goes about it, he doesn't get down or talk bad about anybody else. Just the way he goes about his business is real professional. He, every opportunity he gets, he plays hard. He calls the games well. And, just because those 2 guys are such and such ahead of him or whatever, he still treats it every day like he's, going to be in the lineup, and he's just a really good teammate.
Well, a couple more questions for you, Nick. We want to talk about you in just a second. You had really good success yesterday. Previous couple of games, you'd given up a lot of hits. It kept the team in the ball game, but I know that you were working on a mechanical adjustment. I believe you're throwing across your body a little bit too much, and they were trying to get you out of that habit. But you talk about making that adjustment and the results that you had yesterday.
Well, baseball or anything, it's about finding that, get back to the point where where you're successful. And I think my biggest thing this year so far is just trying to get back where I was last year, towards halfway through the season. And it could be the smallest, slightest little thing. And yesterday, I think I've been having a little problem throwing across my body, but I think yesterday in the 4th inning, I think it clicked. I came in, I felt different. My pitching coach, he asked me. He just looked at it and he just knew, that I got it. And, hopefully I can just take that start and from the 4th inning out and just continue to have success.
Well, one final question for you. Let's turn our attention here to tonight's ball games. We continue this 9-game homestand. Finish up the homestand with the opener of a 3-game series against the San Jose Giants, defending league champions. I know it doesn't mean a whole lot in minor league baseball. We have such turnover on the rosters every year, but still, the defending league champions and the best team in the California League record-wise at 24-11. So kind of a good litmus test, and we're going to have Francisco Rodriguez going. What do you expect to see out of Mexrod tonight?
Mexrod's done a great job. He's one of those guys. He's got I can't even describe him. He has electric stuff. His stuff moves all over the place. He coming off his last outing, he's going to have a lot of confidence. These guys, just as a little kid, whenever you're facing the number 1 team, you're going to get up for that game, and hopefully we can play hard, continue the way we've been swinging. I think we should be fine.
All right, that's what we're going to be looking for. Those right there, the pregame comments of Quakes starting pitcher Nick Green. Nick, as always, appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win last night, and good luck here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Now stay tuned for Quakes Baseball coming up right here on the Quakes Radio Network.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho, Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes of the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott... Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
First pitch coming up in just a couple of minutes in this ballgame as the Quakes will look to get back to a win tonight against the first-place team in the California League Northern Division, the San Jose Giants. The right-hander Jose Arredondo will begin his warm-up tosses. And we'll tell you about him in just a second. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the way the San Jose Giants will line up against Arredondo. Of course, Jose the league leader in strikeouts, so San Jose will have its work cut out for them. Giants come in with a record of 25-11, leading it off for the Giants, the center fielder Joey Dyke. Then it's the shortstop Tim Hutting and the second baseman Mark Minikazi will hit third. In the middle of the order, Brian Horwitz is the cleanup man. He's in right field defensively. Carlos Sosa, just added to the San Jose roster today, will DH and bat fifth. And then batting sixth and catching is Guillermo Rodríguez. In the bottom third of the order, Simon Klink, who had a big game yesterday, will bat seventh, switch hitter at third base defensively. The left fielder Mike Wagner hits eighth, and rounding things out in the 9-hole is the first baseman Pat Dobson. So again, for the Giants, they go with Dyke, Hutting, and Minikazi, Horwitz, Sosa, and Rodríguez, followed by Klink, Wagner, and Dobson. And the starter tonight for San Jose is the left-hander, Alex Hinshaw. As Arredondo continues his warm-up tosses, let's take a look at the standings in the California League right quick, just get you up to speed on everything. One ball game has already been played today, and that was in Stockton as the Ports doubled up Bakersfield 4-2. Still yet to come, Lancaster hosting High Desert, Modesto at Visalia, and Inland Empire is in Lake Elsinore. Standings look like this. Rancho Cucamonga at 21-16, tied with the Inland Empire 66ers for first place in the California League Southern Division. Lake Elsinore just a game back, and High Desert 3 games out of first place in the Northern Division. San Jose at 25-11, 6 games ahead of second place Modesto, which is the only other team over 500 in the Northern Division. So again, Quakes and the Sixers tied for first in the South, a game up on Lake Elsinore, and San Jose 6 games ahead of Modesto in the North. Fans, let's tell you about Jose Arredondo. See, finishes up his warm-up tosses. Arredondo, a right-hander from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds, and you may know of San Pedro de Macorís as the birthplace of shortstops in the Dominican Republic, and Arredondo actually began his career as a shortstop in the Angels organization, signed as a free agent in 2002, did not start pitching full-time until 2004. But it's been a pretty quick study. Is on the 40-man roster for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And on the year, Arredondo with a record of 2-1 and a 2.41 earned run average. This is his 8th start of the season. As Joey Dyke is in from the right side, Arredondo kicks and deals on the first offering, a fastball for a called strike as we're underway at 7:06 this evening.
Outfield shaded way around towards right on Joey Dyke. Comes in hitting .261. No homers and 8 RBIs. Fastball off the plate outside. And it's a ball and a strike. A .241 earned run average for Jose Arredondo is good for 4th in the Carolina League. Only Quakes pitcher ranking among the top 10 in ERA. There's a high fastball swung on and missed. 95 on the gun from Jose Arredondo, and he just makes it look effortless as he's ahead in the count, 1-2. Michael Collins, the catcher, setting up inside. 1-2 from Arredondo. Fastball just missed inside. And it's 2-2. Arredondo's worked 37 1/3 innings this year, giving up 10 earned runs on 36 hits. 2-2 on the way. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. So Jose Arredondo wastes no time in picking up his league-leading 58th strikeout of the year. Sets Joey Dyke down on 5 pitches. And here's the shortstop, Tim Hutting. Arredondo now 10 strikeouts ahead of the second-place pitchers in the California League. Daniel Christensen from High Desert and Eric Hurley from Bakersfield are tied for second in that department. Fastball, strike at the knees on Hutting. It's 0-1. Coming into this one, 57 Ks in 37 1/3 innings for Jose Arredondo. Translates to an average of 13.7 strikeouts per 9 innings. And he's on pace to absolutely shatter the franchise record for strikeouts in a year. And this is inside there, 1-1. Club record is 190 strikeouts in a single season. That was by Stephen Schell in 2004. Arredondo is on pace for about 60 more. There's a slow roller to the third baseman, Freddy Sandoval. Throw to first a little bit offline. Baltazar Lopez handles the play as he went to foul ground over there at first base. Score that one 5-3, and 2 quick outs for Arredondo here in a scoreless top half of the first. The way we figure out what Arredondo is on pace for is you take the number of innings that Stephen Schell worked in 2004, which is 165 1/3, and multiply that by the pace Arredondo is on. And he's on pace to pick up 252. Fastball outside to Minakazi, the second baseman, is 1-0. So he has been absolutely outstanding this year as Arredondo. 57 strikeouts, only 14 walks. Opponent's hitting just .248 against him. Here's a fly ball into routine right field. Ben Johnson will camp out and put it away. And an easy 1-2-3 inning for the right-hander Jose Arredondo here in the top of the first. So San Jose down in order, including another strikeout from Jose Arredondo, his first of the night. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left after the first half inning of play. San Jose nothing. And the Quakes coming up.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
In baseball, it's good to have a player that can do it all. The same is true in business. If you're searching for business telephone systems, voice data cabling, and network services, Accent Computer Solutions Incorporated is the player who can do it all for you. Accent Computer Solutions has been providing state-of-the-art technology to businesses since 1987. They even offer 24-hour service. So call 481-4368 and put Team Accent to work for you. You can also log on to teamaccent.com.
Accent Computer Solutions Incorporated. We can handle it.
You are listening to Ron Sinclair and Quakes Baseball on AM 1370 KWRN Corona.
Bottom of the first inning, no scores between the Quakes and the San Jose Giants as the left-hander Alex Hinshaw has finished his warm-up tosses. And let's take a look and how the Quakes will line up against them as Rancho comes in with a record of 21-16 on the year, tied for first in the California League Southern Division. Leading it off for the first time all year is the third baseman, Freddy Sandoval. First time he's been in the top spot of the order. Ryan Leahy, the second baseman, hits second for the Quakes, and then the shortstop, Sean Rodriguez, as usual, is hitting third. Sandoval, his switch hitter, is in from the right side, swinging a miss on a fastball by Hinshaw, and it's 0-1. Michael Collins, the cleanup man, he's catching. Ben Johnson, the right fielder, hits fifth, and DHing tonight is Pat Riley. He is in the sixth spot. 0-1 to Sandoval, bouncing ball to the third baseman, Simon Klink. He was in on the grass, handles it, and throws out his counterpart, Freddy Sandoval. So one third baseman to the other. Score that one 5-3. And 2 pitches, 1 out for Hinshaw here in the bottom of the first. Bottom third of the Quakes order looks like this. Baltazar Lopez, the first baseman, hits 7th. Hitting 8th and playing left field is Drew Toussaint. And then rounding things out in the 9-hole is the center fielder, Cody Fuller. So again, for the Quakes, they go with Sandoval, Leahy, and Rodriguez, Collins, Johnson, and Riley, followed by Lopez, Toussaint, and Fuller. And the starter again is the right-hander, Jose Arredondo. Ryan Leahy stands in for the right side. First time Leahy has hit second this season, I believe. Takes a fastball for a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Yeah, first time that Leahy has been this high in the order. Fastball inside from Hinshaw. And it's even a 1-1. Let's tell you about Alex Hinshaw, a lefty from just down the road in Claremont. Played at Claremont High School and also pitched collegiately at Chaffey College here in town. 6 foot, 380 pounds, and a 15th round pick last June. This is low with a fastball there. 2-1 on Leahy. Hinshaw spent last season in Salem Kaiser in the Northwest League. The 2-1 bouncing ball left side and handled by Klink once again. As again he was playing in on the grass and handles an easy roller by Ryan Leahy to throw him out. So back-to-back 5-3 groundouts for Alex Hinshaw to start things here in the bottom of the first. And with the bases empty and 2 away, here's Sean Rodriguez. Alex Hinshaw with very good numbers on the season. A record of 2-0 and a 2.14 earned run average for Hinshaw. He began the year in the bullpen for San Jose and did not allow an earned run in 4 2/3. Actually did not allow a run at all, earned or unearned, in 4 2/3 innings of relief work as Rodriguez takes the ball and it's 1-0. Down and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Hinshaw moved into the starting rotation April 19th against High Desert. April 25th against Modesto was his first start, now making his 5th start of the year. And coming off a win his last time out with 5 shutout innings against Lancaster. Fastball strike to the knees, 2-1 on Sean Rodriguez. Hinshaw, when it's all said and done, has worked a total of 21 innings this year, giving up 5 earned runs on 16 hits. 2-1, lined into the gap in right center field. Brian Horwitz got a good jump, however, and he'll track it down off the bat of Sean Rodriguez. And that will do it for the Quakes here in the bottom of the first. So a couple of grounders to third and a fly out to right. And a 1-2-3 inning for the lefty, Alex Hinshaw. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Let's go to the second. Quakes and the Giants scoreless here at the Epicenter.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Nice floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should have come down here.
Hey, baby. Woo!
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-Laughlin or go to visitlaughlin.com.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with their baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada, because when you stay any 6 nights with them through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Visit them today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rate.
Brian Horwitz made a nice running grab in the gap in right center field there at the bottom of the first. He'll lead things off here in the top of the second. Takes the fastball inside from Jose Arredondo. And the count 1-0. Horwitz, Carlos Sosa, and Guillermo Rodríguez, 4, 5, and 6 to up for the Giants here in the top of the second. Fastball up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. And no score in this ball game. Horwitz in from the right side, hitting .328. A couple of home runs. And leads the Giants with 22 runs batted in. Fastball outside from Arredondo. He's behind in the count 3-0. Gorgeous night for baseball here at the Epicenter. Lights have been turned on. Fastball down and away, and that's ball 4. And a 4-pitch walk to open things here in the second from Arredondo. So leadoff man aboard. Here's Carlos Sosa. Our first look at him. And Sosa apparently a switch hitter. So the Giants media guide is wrong on that one. They had him listed as a right-hander. Or maybe he just bats left-handed exclusively. Who knows? Either way, he's in from the left side. And Arredondo misses down low for ball 1. What a beautiful night for baseball. Everybody in shorts and T-shirts for the most part. 1-0 to Sosa, down low. 2 balls and no strikes. 6 straight balls from Jose Arredondo to open things here in the top of the second. And Michael Collins, the catcher, wants to go out for a talk. Oh, we set up the Quakes defensively for you. Starting the outfield with Drew Toussaint in left, Cody Fuller in center, and Ben Johnson over in right. So Toussaint, Fuller, and Johnson left to right in the outfield. Give you the infield in just a second. Collins sets up inside, 2-0. There's a strike in the inside corner. It's 2-1. Freddy Sandoval, as usual, is at third base. Sean Rodriguez at short. On the right side, Ryan Leahy plays second. Baltazar Lopez plays first. And the catcher is Michael Collins. 2-1. Fastball, a little bit low and away. And a good hitter's count for Carlos Sosa. 3 balls and a strike. Sosa from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. 3-1 outside, and that's ball 4. So back-to-back walks to open things here in the top of the second. And the Giants with a couple of runners aboard and nobody out. They haven't had to work for those runners either. Horwitz walked on 4 pitches, and then Carlos Sosa walked on 5. So Arredondo in a jam here in the top of the second. 2 on and nobody out. And here's the catcher, Guillermo Rodríguez, who comes in hitting just under 400. 394 average on the year for Rodríguez. As Arredondo sets, fires home with a changeup, and Rodríguez takes a swing and a miss for strike 1. Guillermo Rodríguez turned 28 yesterday. 394 average, 5 home runs to lead the club, and 21 runs batted in. 0-1, fastball outside. Even at 1-1, and Michael Collins wants to talk once again with Jose Arredondo. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Chili's Bar and Grill in Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 10598 Foothill Boulevard. Enjoy the atmosphere inside or the convenience of Chili's to go. That's Chili's. Live a little. So Arredondo on the same page now. Check of the runners and the 1-1. High and away, and he's behind in the count. 2 balls and a strike now. Rodríguez from Venezuela. 2-1. Hit pretty solidly out towards right center field. Cody Fuller back on it at the warning track. Going to have enough room to make the catch. Tagging from second and going to third is Brian Horwitz. Back to first goes Carlos Sosa. So a fly ball to deep right center field off the bat of Guillermo Rodríguez, but Cody Fuller tracks it down. Horwitz moves up, and there are runners on the corners with 1 away here in the second. So here's Klink, the third baseman. And Simon Klink, boy, what a big game he had yesterday. Down the number 7 spot. Went 2 for 3, including a home run, and scored 3 of the 4 runs San Jose got on the night. Switch hitter in from the left side. First offering, fastball inside. It's 1-0. Ground ball would be big right here. Try to keep this a scoreless ball game. Outfield shaded way around towards left. Looking for Klink to go the other way. Arredondo tries the old fake to third, fake to first. Quakes wearing the home whites. White tank tops, white pants, black undershirts and socks. San Jose wearing the road black tops with the gray pants. 1-0. Fastball swung on and missed. And it's even now 1-1. Len Sakata, former Brewer, managing once again in San Jose. California League Manager of the Year last season. He's coaching there at third base. Gary Nago, the hitting coach, is coaching first. Here's a slow roller, charging in Leahy. Will field it. Miss the tag, they're going to say, on the runner. Throws to first and gets the out. And I'm not so sure about that. It sure looked like Ryan Leahy tagged Carlos Sosa as he went by him. And Leahy arguing his case with the second base umpire. And, folks, I got to tell you, I think that's a blown call right there. And that's big because a run's going to come in to score. It was a heck of a play by Ryan Leahy because it was bang, bang. As he was fielding that ball, Sosa was flashing in front of him. And it sure looked like Leahy got the tag on Sosa and then went to first to complete the double play. And that's not how the second base umpire saw it. I give Leahy all the credit in the world there for making that play, but he's not going to get credit in the official box score for it. So San Jose takes a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second. Sosa is at second base with 2 away, and Wagner looks at the ball outside. It's 1-0. So officially, it's an RBI ground out for Simon Klink. He grounds out 4-3, picks up his 14th RBI of the year in the process. Horwitz scores, and Sosa goes to second. As Arredondo missed down low, and for the third time this inning, Michael Collins is going to go out for a talk with Jose Arredondo. That's a quick one as Collins walked out there, put his hand on Arredondo's shoulder, said something, and then turned right around and walked back. And now here's the pitching coach, Eric Bennett. Fans, this is day 8 of a 9-game homestand for the Quakes. Still have one chance to catch Rancho Cucamonga here at home. That's if you come out tomorrow night on Weenie Wednesday. $1 hot dogs all night long. The Quakes take on the San Jose Giants in the finale of this 3-game series. Then it's off to a couple of Southern Division opponents. 4 games in Inland Empire Thursday through Sunday, and 4 games up against the High Desert Mavericks in Adelanto Monday through Thursday. Then we're back home next weekend. Open up a 10-game homestand, beginning with a 3-game series with the Stockton Ports, as we'll welcome our good friend Bo Fulginetti into the Epicenter press box. Bo, the voice of the Stockton Ports. Here's the 2-0 swung on and foul tipped at the plate by Mike Wagner. It's 2-1. So a 9-game homestand this month, then a 10-gamer that stretches into the first part of June as well. So plenty of opportunities to see the Quakes here in the month of May. 2-1. Fastball down and away. And it's 3 balls and a strike on Mike Wagner. He's hitting .263 on the year, a couple of home runs, and 17 runs batted in. Right-hander against right-hander. Arredondo working from the stretch. Look back to Carlos Sosa at second. And calling time is Mike Wagner at the plate. Quakes down 1-0 here in the second. 3-1, fastball high, and that's ball 4. So that's now 3 walks given up by Jose Arredondo here in the second inning. And he's closing in on his season high. He walked 4 batters in back-to-back starts against Lake Elsinore and Lancaster in the last week of April. On his last start, only walked 2 in 6 innings. Prior to that, only walked 1 in 6 innings. The fastball up and into the number 9 hitter, Pat Dobson. Well, this is not a good sign for the Quakes as Mike Peet, the left-hander, is jogging down to the bullpen to get loose. Going down there with Tim Duff in tow. 1-0 from Arredondo. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And it's even at 1-1. Matt Dobson had a pretty good game yesterday. Went 1 for 4, got aboard twice, stole a base, and picked up an RBI there in the number 9 spot for the Giants. One from Arredondo. High fastball swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. And even though we saw Pete jogging down to the bullpen, it's actually the right-hander, Dan Hawkins, who has started to warm up for the Quakes. We saw Hawk getting warmed up yesterday and then never came into the ball game. So 1-2, there's a slider swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. So Jose Arredondo figures it out, picks up his second strikeout, and that will end things here in the second. All told, folks, not the worst inning in the world for Jose Arredondo, even though he gives up 3 walks, only gives up 1 run to San Jose, as he keeps it a manageable deficit. Giants get a run on no hits thanks to those 3 walks. No Quakes errors, and runners are left at first and second. To the bottom of the second we go. San Jose with the early lead, however. It's the Giants 1 and the Quakes nothing.
Over 50% of the population admits to dropping litter on the ground or out a car window. All that litter makes one big mess. The good news is you can help by setting a good example for your kids and community. Research shows that people litter because litter has already accumulated. By keeping your neighborhood clean, you ensure that others are less likely to litter there. So take the following steps to help stop litter in your neighborhood. Throw your trash in a can every time. If you're not near a trash can, hold on to your trash until you get to one. Make sure your outdoor trash cans have lids that close securely to prevent accidental litter. Keep your yard and sidewalk trash-free. Include a neighborhood cleanup in your next neighborhood event. Don't let trash blow away from you, because it won't disappear. And teach kids to use trash cans. They'll adopt your habits. Call 800-CLEANUP to report illegally dumped garbage and debris. For more pollution prevention tips, call the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060. 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
There you are, working diligently on your computer when all of a sudden, there's nothing. All that time and work gone. Oh. Yes, computer failure. Most of us have experienced it before. Luckily, the pros at PC Fix are here to help. We know computer problems can hurt the efficiency of your business or frustrate you at home. That's why we take great pride in saving data. We offer prompt certified service at a low flat rate. From repairs and upgrades to internet security, find us in your yellow pages. PC Fix. Don't worry, we can save your data. We fix what they can't.
the bottom of the second here in Rancho Cucamonga. Quakes down 1-0. And middle third of the order drew up to face the lefty Alex Hinshaw. Collins, Johnson, and then Pat Riley, 4, 5, and 6. Hinshaw puts the fastball strike to Collins. And it's 0-1. So I just want to tell you a little bit more about Alex Hinshaw. 21 strikeouts in 21 innings this year. Opponents hitting just .211 against him. 0-1 on the way. Fastball up high. It's a ball and a strike. And the Giants saw something in Alex Hinshaw that they really, really liked because they drafted this young man 3 separate times. 1-1. Fastball strike. It's 1-2. They drafted Hinshaw out of high school in the year 2000 in the 28th round. Didn't sign. Went to Chaffee Junior College here in Rancho. Got drafted again in 2002 by the Giants in the 29th round and didn't sign. This one's low and away, and it's 2-2. Then the Marlins got in on the act, drafted him in 2003 in the 25th round, and he didn't sign. Then he ended up going to San Diego State and was drafted in the 15th round last year by the Giants for the third time. 2-2, foul away down the right field side, and we'll do it again. So that's called persistence for the San Jose Giants. They stuck with a guy 3 separate times and finally got what they wanted. Now, and you can't really fault Hinshaw either because he goes from being a draft pick in the low to mid-20s to being a 15th rounder. And that's not a big time change in amount of money. You're not talking about millions of dollars as this one is chopped off the facing of the Quakes dugout there on the third base side. And it's still 2-2, but you know what? Financially, it probably paid off for Hinshaw. And here's the 2-2 once again. Line drive sharply and over the head of the third baseman Simon Kling. This is fair down to the left field corner. It'll scatter the relief corps, the Quakes bullpen. A stand-up double to start things here in the bottom of the second for Collins. And the Quakes are in business with the tying run in scoring position. Nice at-bat there by Michael Collins. Another 2-strike hit for Collins. As he absolutely refuses to panic when he gets 2 strikes on him. Chokes up on that bat and just puts the ball in play, and that's exactly what he did right here. Picks up his 7th double of the year. Just barely got it over the head of Klink there at third. So RBI opportunity for Ben Johnson. Switch hitter in from the right side. First offering, fastball down and away for ball 1. Johnson hitting .247 this year, a couple of homers and 13 RBIs. He's hitting .370 over his last 7 games, 10 for his last 27. A couple of looks back by Hinshaw from the stretch with the 1-0 outside corner. And it's even a 1-1. Set up the Giants defensively for you. We'll start in the outfield where Mike Wagner is in left, Joey Dyke in center, and Brian Horwitz is in right. So Wagner, Dyke, and Horwitz left to right in the outfield. 1-1 to Johnson. Fastball, not sure where that one missed, but inside, maybe it's 2-1. On the infield for San Jose, Simon Klink at third. Tim Hutting is at short. On the right side, Mark Minicozzi, former East Carolina Pirate, plays second. Pat Dobson plays first, and the catcher is Guillermo Rodríguez. Here's the 2-1 to Johnson. Curveball this time on the outside corner. And it's even a 2-2. It's one of the first curveballs we've seen from Alex Hinshaw. He's been showing pretty good pop on that fastball, sitting right around 90, 92 miles an hour. Rodriguez sets up inside. And the 2-2. Broken bat, slow roller to the third baseman, Klink. He'll avoid the shard of the barrel of Ben Johnson's bat and make the play out first as Collins has to hold that second. Well, that's 90 miles an hour on the handle of the bat. And Ben Johnson grounds out, and his hands are probably stinging as well. As Hinshaw sawed him off, and Klink gets his third assist already. So, of the 4 outs recorded by Hinshaw, 3 have been on ground balls to Klink there at third base. Here's Pat Riley, the DH, in from the left side. Quakes down 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Riley going after the first pitch. Misses a fastball. It's 0-1. Pat Riley, riding a 6-game hitting streak, was not in the lineup yesterday. Well, he's hitting .353 over his last 6 games. 0-1. Popped up, third base side, trying to get out of play. Klink over to give it a look. And that will get out of play as that came dangerously close to the guy holding the baby. He looked very unconcerned about the welfare of the child who was right there in his arms. That was right on. Far be it from me to criticize parenting, but yeah. Fastball up high there. It's 1-2. So lefty-lefty matchup here in the bottom of the second. Quakes trying to tie it up. Riley hitting .304 on the year. No homers and 3 RBIs. 1-2 curveball called strike 3 on the inside corner. And Pat Riley knew it. First strikeout for Alex Hinshaw, and 2 gone now here in the second. As the Quakes are still trying to capitalize on that leadoff double by Michael Collins, and we'll see what Baltazar Lopez can do with 2 away. Another lefty-lefty matchup as Hinshaw works from the stretch. Look back to Collins. And the curveball missed down low, and it's 1-0. Lopez hitting .302 for the Quakes. 1 home run and 8 runs batted in. Outfield pretty much straight away on Lopez. He asks for time and steps out. Middle game of a 3-game set. Quakes lost last night 4-2 as they stranded 11 runners on base. Went 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. 1-0, way high. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. The catcher, Guillermo Rodríguez, wants to talk with Alex Hinshaw. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by the Outback Steakhouse of Ontario, located at 4492 Ontario Mills Parkway, just across from the Ontario Mills Mall. Outback Steakhouse of Ontario is the home of the world-famous Bloomin' Onion. At Outback, it's no rules, just right. The quick conference is over. And good hitters count for Baltazar Lopez. There's the 2-0 from Hinshaw. Curveball. That one was called a strike when it looked low. And it's 2-1, so we got the old floating strike zone there behind home plate. Rodriguez sets up outside. 2-1. Fastball on the outside corner. Even now at 2-2 on Lopez. San Jose with a run on no hits in this game. Quakes with no runs on 1 hit. Fastball swung on and missed. And that is strike 3. So after giving up the leadoff double to Michael Collins, Hinshaw gets Johnson to ground out to third, and then gets back-to-back strikeouts of Riley and Lopez. And after going 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position last night, the Quakes are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position here tonight. In the second, no runs to hit, no errors, and Collins stranded at second. We go to the third, and San Jose with the lead, 1-0.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Teams prefer a home field advantage. The same can be said in healthcare. Rancho Mobility Medical Equipment and Supplies features a complete line of home health equipment and supplies so that you can thrive anywhere. They feature sales and rentals of wheelchairs, power chairs, walkers, scooters, bath products, ramps, stair lifts, pediatric equipment, and more. Most insurance is accepted, so call 888-853-3565 today. Log on to ranchomobility.com or visit them between Milken and Haven on Arrow.
Hey folks, Rob Sinclair here to tell you about the good people at Nationwide Surveys and what they can do for your business. They can handle customer surveys, employee feedback, and even online and on-site data collection. That's Nationwide Surveys, reliable feedback, fast. Call them today at 1-800-252-0640 or visit them at nationwidesurveys.com. That's 800-252-0640 or online at nationwidesurveys.com.
Top of the third and a pitching change already for the Quakes as they've gone to the bullpen and called on the right-hander, Dan Hawkins. His first pitch to Joey Dyke, high, deep, and gone. And a 1-0 game has just become a 2-0 game. San Jose is on top. I'll tell you what, San Jose's got more of a cheering section here than the Quakes do, it seems like. At least they've had more to cheer about thus far as Joey Dyke takes Hawkins out on his first pitch of the inning. First home run of the year for Joey Dyke. At RBI number 9. And there was pretty much no doubt about that one. So here's Tim Hutting, the shortstop. 0 for 1 after grounding out in the first. And looks at a fastball strike from Hawkins. It's 0-1. 0-1. Fastball missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Hawkins on in relief here in the top of the third. And Jose Arredondo goes only 2 pitches. Had a 1-2-3 inning there in the first. So this one is fouled back and it's 1-2. And then walked 3 batters in the second, including the first 2 men of the inning, on a grand total of 9 pitches. Ended up only giving up 1 run. But lasted only 2 innings, and I don't know what it could be, but you wonder maybe if it's not a blister for Arredondo. Down and in there to Hutting. And you think back to the start that Francisco Rodriguez had in Lancaster when he lasted only 1 inning. And in part it's because he threw 41 pitches that inning. He also developed a blister as Hutting lines this one into right field. Ben Johnson in to make the catch. And that's the first out here in the top of the third. And you wonder if maybe something like that happened to Jose Arredondo as well. So obviously we don't know, but you gotta figure that there's something going on more than just Arredondo being a little bit wild. Fastball down low to Mark Minicozzi is 1-0. So let's tell you folks about Dan Hawkins. Right-hander from St. Petersburg, Florida, 6'3", 205 pounds. Hawk signed as a free agent of St. Leo University in 2005. Inside-out swing from Minicozzi and an easy roller to Ryan Leahy. Picks, throws, and got him. Score that one 4-3. And 2 gone here in the third. Quakes down 2-0. Hawkins on the year, a record of 1-1 and a 6.92 earned run average. This is his 10th relief appearance. Fastball, low and outside. And 1-0 the count on the cleanup man, Brian Horwitz, who walked and scored back in the second. Hawkins working quickly. Fastball down low, 2 balls and no strikes. Hawkins in his 9 previous outings has worked 13 innings. Given up 10 earned runs on 19 hits. Remember, 6 of those 10 earned runs came in that one outing. I believe his first or second time out of the Quakes bullpen after getting called up from Cedar Rapids. So those numbers still a little bit skewed. He's downstairs there to Horwitz. It's 3-0. Back on. There's a strike. 3-1. Hawkins with only 3 strikeouts in 13 innings and 9 walks. He's really struggled with his control. This one in the air, down the right field line, hit pretty well. On the run, Ben Johnson sliding, and he'll not make the catch. Thought he had that one, and it eludes him all the way into the right field corner. Brian Horwitz will make it to third with what should be a sliding triple, and that is what it will be. So Horwitz lofted a deep drive down the right field line, and Johnson trying to make a sliding catch as he went feet first towards the line. Could not bring it in. So a triple for Horwitz. His second triple of the season. And here is Sosa, the DH. Swing and miss on a fastball is 0-1. One final note on Hawkins' opponents come in hitting .373 against him. 0-1. Fastball fouled back by Carlos Sosa. And 0-2 now. Two on the way from Hawkins. Low and outside. 1-2. Carlos Sosa making his 2006 debut tonight. Just got called up from extended spring training today. 1-2. Bouncing ball right side. Handled by the first baseman Lopez. And Hawkins late covering the bag. Will not win the foot race, and a run comes in to score. And that's all on Dan Hawkins right there. It was kind of in between Lopez and Leahy. But Dan Hawkins just fell asleep there on the mound and never got over to first base. And Carlos Sosa beats it out. So we'll figure out how it's going to be. I imagine you'd have to give Sosa an infield hit. Fastball down low to Rodriguez. It's 1-0. Either way, the run does come in to score in San Jose. Now on top, 3-0. And Carlos Sosa is safe at first. Toss over to first, and Sosa's back. So Carlos Sosa has been aboard twice with a walk in the second. And now with the RBI infield single here in the top of the third. This one inside, 2 balls and no strikes. So Sosa with the infield hit. And his first RBI now, the 2-0. Ground ball right to the second baseman, Ryan Leahy. He'll go the short route for the force at second base on Sosa. 4-6 the scoring on the fielder's choice. And that does it for San Jose here in the top of the third. But the Giants pick up another couple of runs here in the third. The inning started when Joey Dyke homered to left center on the very first pitch of the inning from Dan Hawkins. Dyke's first home run of the year, then the 2-out triple by Horwitz, and the infield base hit to bring in another run by Carlos Sosa. 2 runs on 3 hits, no Quakes errors, and 1 runner left. To the bottom of the third we go. San Jose on top of the Qs, 3-0.
Get something good for the family and real quick? Think Chipotle. For gourmet meals on the run, Chipotle Mexican Grill is famous for their huge portions. Plus, it's fresh. Fresh gourmet burritos and tacos prepared the way you like it. Nothing processed or frozen. Plus, their recipes are created by a classically trained chef. No, not that type of classical, but it will be music to your mouth when you bite into a Chipotle burrito stuffed with 17 different ingredients and marinated in their famous Chipotle adobo sauce. And for those of you who like to eat healthy, skip the tortilla and have a burrito bowl because they get fresh veggies delivered every day. Add some lettuce and homemade guacamole, and you've got a salad fiesta. Chipotle has a brand new location in Norco, or for one nearest you, visit their website at chipotle.com. Chipotle, where their burritos let you cover all 4 food groups in one single bite, and fast food that is not only healthy and fresh, but you can eat it with your hands. Chipotle, now open in Norco on Havner between 1st and 2nd Street, or find a location nearest you at chipotle.com. That's Chipotle, CHIPOTLE.com.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Third inning, and the Quakes down 3-0. As the number 8 man, Drew Toussaint, will lead it off. He'll be followed by Cody Fuller and then Freddy Sandoval. 8, 9, and 1. Due up for Rancho Cucamonga. Alex Hinshaw, the lefty. Rocks and fires, and the fastball. Called strike on Toussaint. It's 0-1. Drew Toussaint hitting .205 with 3 home runs and 11 runs batted in, but starting to pick it up as of late. 4 hits in his last 4 games. .286 average over that stretch, and he gets hit by a slider here. As Alex Hinshaw came in too far inside and got Toussaint right on the top of the foot. So Toussaint gets plunked, and leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the 3rd. And here's Cody Fuller, the center fielder. Fuller showing bunt, pulled it back, and the fastball. This is high and away. It's 1-0. Toussaint with a pretty good lead away from first. Fastball down low there, and it's 2 balls and no strike. First time we've seen Cody Fuller in a few days. He's hitting .327. That is 10th best in the California League. No home runs, 13 RBIs. Fastball swung on and missed there by Cody. And it is 2-1. Fuller, a native of Valverde, Texas. 48th round pick out of Texas Tech in 2005. Tossed over to first, and back standing up is Drew Toussaint. Apparently there has been a change defensively as Pat Dobson is out and Julio Cordito is into play first. 2-1 upstairs. And it's 3 balls and a strike. So, what is this? Guys are dropping like flies in this game. You had Arredondo out after 2 innings. Pat Dobson out after 3 innings. And Julio Cordito in there at first base defensively now. Another toss over to first from Hinshaw. And back standing up again is Drew Toussaint. Quakes down 3-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. 3 runs, 3 hits for San Jose. No runs, 1 hit for the Quakes. Neither team has committed an error. 2-2 upstairs there, and it's gone full 3-2 on Cody Fuller. He looks down at Bobby Mitchell giving the signs at third base. Craig Graybeck, the hitting coach, over there at first for the Quakes. Outfield shaded around towards right center on Fuller. He calls time and steps out. Stadium lights taking more of an effect now as we near the top of the 8 o'clock hour. But underway just under the 1 hour mark in this one. 3-2, high fastball swung on and missed, and that's strike 3. And now they've got Tucson in no man's land between first and second. And the catcher, Rodriguez, is going to chase them all the way out to the base pass and then throw to first. And Tucson gets doubled off. That was just pretty bad base running there by Drew Tucson. It looked like he wanted to go on the play, then thought that Fuller might take it for a ball. Fuller ended up striking out, and Tucson just did not get back to first base in time. Just had that deer in the headlight look, and Guillermo Rodríguez chased him down and threw him out. So Fuller strikes out swinging. It's the 3rd strikeout for Alex Hinshaw, and Tucson then doubled off 2-3. So much for the leadoff man aboard. Base is empty, 2 out, and back to the top of the order. Freddy Sandoval taking a fastball outside for ball 1. So Alex Hinshaw, the left-hander, has made his first turn through the order. No runs, 1 hit, no walks, a hit batter, and 3 strikeouts. 1-0 to Sandoval. Swung on and fouled right at home plate. And it's even at 1-1. Tell you about Sandoval for a second. 8th round pick, the University of San Diego in 2004. Native of Tijuana, Mexico. Switch hitter in from the right side. That one came inside, and that one hit Freddy Sandoval. So Alex Hinshaw has hit a pair here in the bottom of the 3rd. Got Tucson on the foot to open the inning, and now gets Freddy Sandoval with 2 away. So the inning continues for Ryan Leahy. There's Leahy in from the right side, native of Salem, Massachusetts, taking a fastball down low, and it's 1-0. And the catcher, Guillermo Rodríguez, wants to talk to Hinshaw. Fans will take advantage of this opportunity to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Romano's Macaroni Grill of Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 10742 Foothill Boulevard, choose from more than 35 Italian specialties. Romano's Macaroni Grill, all the Italian you need to know. The Quakes are down 3-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. 1 on with 2 out. Sandoval, good speed over there at first. May see him moving. See, the Quakes can't pick up a run. 1-0, down and away. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Ryan Leahy grounded out in the 1st. Comes in hitting .273, no home runs, and 6 runs batted in. .2-0 home. That one came inside and almost hit Leahy. Had to pick his feet out of the way to avoid getting drilled in the leg. And now it is 3 balls and no strikes. And now you can pretty much count on Sandoval staying put at first base, as Leahy will have the take sign, and the Quakes will try to get 2 aboard for Sean Rodriguez, who waits on deck. Leahy calls time and steps out. Leahy, 5'10" and 180 pounds, a free agent out of Boston College in 2004. Split time last year between the Quakes and the Arkansas Travelers up in AA. 3-0 outside, and that's ball 4, and Hinshaw has indeed brought the tying run to the plate in the form of Sean Rodriguez. So 2 hit batters and a walk for Alex Hinshaw here in the top of the third, and with 2 outs, Quakes have something going as the San Jose pitching coach Jim Bennett will come to the mound for a quick chat. Fans, we have reached the top of the 8 o'clock hour. What better time than right now than to step aside for station identification? You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You are listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball on AM 1370 KWRM Corona.
The home plate umpire walks out there and breaks up the meeting. So here's the situation here in the bottom of the third, folks. Quakes are down 3-0. They've only had 1 hit thus far against Alex Hinshaw. But Hinshaw, after getting the first 2 outs here in the third, has hit a batter and then walked Leahy on 4 pitches. And Sean Rodriguez comes to the plate as the potential tying run. Sandoval, leaving from third, got a great jump, and he'll slide in as Rodriguez didn't even make a throw. So Freddy Sandoval steals third base. For Sandy, his 12th stolen base of the year. He is now 12 out of 15. That ties him for 4th in the league with Marcus Sanders, who is not in the lineup tonight for San Jose. And now the Quakes have runners on the corners. I tell you what, even if Guillermo Rodríguez had caught that ball cleanly, it ended up popping out of his glove, there is no way he was going to get Freddy Sandoval. Sandoval got a huge jump on that one. And especially on a curveball from Hinshaw, there was no way. Now a 1-0 round ball off the glove of the pitcher. Alex Hinshaw dives on the infield, and picking it up and holding on to it is Tim Hutting, an RBI infield single for Sean Rodriguez. And the Quakes on the board as they're down 3-1 now. That was a rocket off the bat of Sean Rodriguez, and Hinshaw fortunate to get a glove on it, but as he got a glove on it, he knocked it down towards the left side of the infield, and it just died in the grass. So because Sandoval was able to steal third base, he's able to come in to score on that infield hit. Leahy goes to second, and here's Michael Collins. He's in from the right side. Hinshaw with a couple of looks back. Now he'll wheel off, and Leahy goes back to second. That RBI for Sean Rodriguez, number 22 on the year. He is in second place on the club, behind the man at the plate, Michael Collins, who has 27. First offering to Collins, fastball down low, and it's 1-0. San Jose worked around Michael Collins a couple of times last night in that 4-2 win. Collins came to the plate in the third inning with a runner at second and 2 outs and walked on 5 pitches. Then came up again in the 5th. He lines this one foul down the right field side, and it's 1-1. Came up again in the 5th last night with a runner at second again and 2 outs. Excuse me, take that back, a runner at third and 2 outs, and ended up walking on 4 pitches. And they weren't intentional walks, but they were the old unintentional intentional walks. But here he's got a chance to do some damage. Runners at first and second, and 2 out here in the bottom of the third. Quakes down 3-1. Pops this one up. This will get out of play on the first base side. And 1-2 the count. Michael Collins, the native of Canberra, Australia. 6'3", 215 pounds. Signed when he was only 16 years old. Played for Australia in the World Baseball Classic during spring training this year. Said that was a big thrill for him. Hitting .348 this year. 4th best in the California League. 1-2, just up high. And it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And you can't take too much stock in the fact that Collins has 2 strikes on him, because he is a very adept 2-strike hitter. He chokes up on the bat a little bit, and he'll just really zero in on making contact. Leahy at second, Rodriguez at first, 2-2, lined into center field, sinking fast, charging in, and making a diving catch is Joey Dyke to preserve the lead for San Jose. That was an all-or-nothing play for Joey Dyke. If he doesn't get as good a jump and a read on that ball as he does, it's a base hit. If he doesn't time his jump as well as he did, it gets past him. But Joey Dyke played it right, and he takes away a base hit and at least 1 RBI from Michael Collins as the inning is over here in the bottom of the third. But the Quakes at least get on the board. 1 run on 1 hit. They were helped by a couple of hit batters and a walk by Alex Hinshaw. Freddy Sandoval stole third base, and he was able to score on the infield single by Sean Rodriguez. So a run on a hit, no errors, and 2 left. And we're a third of the way through in this one. Go to the fourth with San Jose leading 3-1.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Pamela Polson at 909-628-7633 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
After a big game, the cleanup job that the bleachers need can seem overwhelming. If you're faced with the same sort of dilemma after a day at the office, contact SCS Services. They specialize in industrial and commercial cleaning, and yes, they even do windows, inside and out. For free estimates, call SCS Services in your Yellow Pages, or give them a call at 987-9968. That's 987-9968.
SCS Services. Better service, lower prices.
You know, the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know, all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way, they get to your home as quickly as possible. And it's a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home. No home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
One ball and 1 strike to count on Simon Klink as we're underway here in the top of the fourth. Dan Hawkins beginning his second inning of relief for the Quakes. Gave up a couple of runs in the third inning. See what he does here with the bottom third of the order. Back with a fastball strike on Klink, and it's 1-2. Simon Klink, Mike Wagner, and then Pat. I take that back. It should be Julio Cordito, who will hit third in this inning. And Pat Dobson's spot, fouled back by Klink, and still 1-2. Pat Dobson was replaced in the field in the bottom of the third inning by Julio Cordito. Don't know the reason for the change, but if it was a straight-up switch, which we believe it was, then it would be Cordito hitting in the number 9 spot and due up third here in the inning. Down low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Quakes down 3-1 here in the top of the fourth. Game 2 of a 3-game series. Finish it up tomorrow with another 7:05 start here at home. 2-2 on the ground. And a nice backhanded play by Leahy. Flips to Rodriguez onto first, and they turn it. Oh, what a play. Leahy fielding that one on the backhand. Knew he had no chance to throw out Simon Klink. Never even put the ball in his hand. Just gobbled it up in his glove. Flipped it to Sean Rodriguez, who was coming the opposite way. And Rodriguez fires to first to throw out Simon Klink by half a step. That's your regular, everyday 4-6-3 ground out. Nicely done by Leahy and Rodriguez, knowing one another going up the middle there. And the leadoff man gone here in the fourth. Now a bouncing ball left side. Sandoval will miss this one. Rodriguez fields it in the hole and guns out Mike Wagner. Score that one 6-3. Couple of nice plays there by Sean Rodriguez, as he put a lot on that throw over to first. Ground ball in between Sandoval and Rodriguez. Usually, there aren't a whole lot of balls that Freddy Sandoval won't get to there on the left side. That one just barely managed to elude him. And Rodriguez, backing him up, made the play and threw him out. Now Dobson goes after the first pitch and taps a foul up the third base side. 0-1. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Take that back. This is Cordito. My apologies. So Julio Cordito, the man at the plate. Down and in there, and it's a ball and a strike. Cordito hitting .253 this year. Included in that an 0-for-4 night last night. Fouls this one against the netting. It's 1-2. No home runs and 8 RBIs for Julio Cordito. Right-handed batter of Caracas, Venezuela. 1-2, down and away. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away against Cordito. 2-2 on the ground. This will be gobbled up by Rodriguez. Bobbles it, and he's not going to even make a throw. So Sean Rodriguez makes a couple of very good plays, including one spectacular one where he combined with Ryan Leahy for the first out here. Made a really good play to throw out Wagner for the second out on what was a really long throw. And now muffs the easiest ground ball of the entire inning off the bat of Cordito. So a little bit of inconsistency there by Sean Rodriguez, but again, now folks, this is why guys are here. Well, they're here to make the errors now so that they don't make them by the time they get to the big leagues. You know, and you give Sean Rodriguez a full year here, and he'll master those kinds of plays and go up to Double-A. He'll make fewer errors. Go up to Triple-A. Hopefully he'll make fewer errors. By the time he gets to the big leagues, you know, the goal is that he won't make any errors at all. Foul back by Dyke. It's 0-1. Now, of course, well, that's not realistic. Everybody's going to make errors. They're always going to be part of the game no matter what level you're at. But that's why we're here. You know, you see the flashes. You see the potential from a guy like Sean Rodriguez. And then you know, he'll miss the easy ones. Toss over to first, and Cordito gets back. So a 2-out error by Rodriguez extends the inning for the leadoff man, Joey Dyke. He's in for the right side. Homered on the first pitch he saw from Dan Hawkins back in the third. Hawkins makes another toss over to first, and Cordito is back standing up. Cordito does have 1 stolen base this year. He's 1 out of 2 in that department. 0-1 inside, and he hit him. So Joey Dyke hit by the pitch. And our runners have first and second. Quakes are down 3-1 here in the top of the fourth. Hawkins got a couple of ground ball outs to start the inning, but now has seen 2 straight men reach, and there's the shortstop, Tim Hutting. Hutting hitless tonight. Grounded out in the first, and then lined out to Ben Johnson in the third. Check of the runners. And a curveball on the outside corner from Dan Hawkins. It's 0-1. This is our first look at Tim Hutting in this series. He didn't play yesterday. Hutting an 8th rounder out in 2003. 0-1. Fastball down the dirt. Good job by Michael Collins to cover it up. And it's even at a ball and a strike. Tim Hutting from Long Beach, California. There are a lot of guys from around this area on this San Jose Giants ball club. Got the starter, Alex Hinshaw from Claremont. That's about as close as you can get without actually being in Rancho Cucamonga. Of course, he went to Chaffey College here in town. High and away there. 2 balls and a strike. Darren Sack, a pitcher from Anaheim. Juan Serrato from Riverside. Tim Hudding, the man at the plate from Long Beach. Joey Dyke, the runner at first, is from San Dimas. And Brian Horwitz, who is the cleanup man tonight, is from Santa Monica. So that's half a dozen guys that are from around this area. 2-1, fastball down low, 3 balls and a strike. And that's probably why it seems tonight that Giants fans are outnumbering Quakes fans, because it's all the family members that are traveling to see their boys. 3-1, swung on and fouled right off the foot of Tim Hudding at the plate. And it's gone full 3-2, so runners will be getting a head start here with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 4th. Quakes down 3-1. San Jose with a run in the 2nd and a couple in the 3rd before the Quakes got a run back in the bottom of the 3rd on the RBI infield single by Sean Rodriguez. Again, the runners, Cordito at 2nd, Dyke at 1st. There they go, the 3-2. Just missed down low. Tim Hudding draws a walk, and that will load the bases for Mark Minikazi. First walk given up by Dan Hawkins. 4th already allowed by Quakes pitching. And that's going to draw the pitching coach Eric Bennett out for a talk with the right-hander. And again, in case you're wondering why Dan Hawkins is working here in the 4th, that's because Jose Arredondo only lasted 2 innings in this one. And he wasn't really bad in this one. He only gave up 1 run in the first 2 innings, but you got to figure there was something wrong with Jose Arredondo. Maybe he felt a twinge, maybe he got a blister. There had to be something more to the story for Jose Arredondo to only work 2 innings. And Dan Hawkins, after getting up in the bullpen yesterday and not coming in, was the first man on in relief here tonight. So Hawkins came on in the 3rd. Now he's got to deal with the second baseman, Mark Minikazi. Bases loaded, 2 out. First offering of Minikazi, a fastball inside. It's 1-0. Mark Minikazi hitting .284 this season. 1 home run, and he is tied for 2nd on the club with 21 runs batted in. Native of Wayne, Pennsylvania. 1-0, little tapper back to the pitcher. Dan Hawkins looked to 3rd. Now he'll go to 1st and threw it away. 1 run is in. Here comes Dyke in to score, and going to 2nd is Mark Minikazi. As San Jose goes up 5-1. Well, Dan Hawkins made a great play to get to that ball. And it was a little tapper off to his right towards 3rd base. And as a right-hander, you tend to fall off the mound towards the first base side. Hawkins did a great job to snare that ball in his glove, got a little snow cone action, looked to 3rd, and then decided to wheel and go to 1st. And he had time to get Minikazi. And just threw it over the head of Baltazar Lopez. And it's going to be a throwing error charged to Hawkins. Now, Brian Horwitz lines one into right field. Ben Johnson is there to make the catch, and that will do it for the Giants here in the top of the 4th, but not before San Jose picks up a couple of unearned runs against Dan Hawkins. The rally started with a 2-out error by Sean Rodriguez, then a hit batter, then a walk, and then the 2-run throwing error by Dan Hawkins put San Jose on top 5-1. 2 runs, no hits, 2 more Quakes errors, and 2 runners are left aboard. To the bottom of the 4th we go. San Jose with the lead on the Quakes, 5-1.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 2 Cold Stone Creamery buy 2 get 2 free coupons, and a voucher for a free on-demand movie from Charter Media, all for just $38. The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is available May 26th, June 16th, June 30th, and August 25th. For more information, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
Quakes down 5-1 as we're back at the epicenter here in the bottom of the 4th. And Alex Hinshaw, the left-hander for San Jose, enjoying his largest lead of the night. Quakes did get a run against Hinshaw in their last at-bat back in the 3rd. See what they can do here in the 4th with Johnson, Riley, and Lopez, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. And Johnson, the switch hitter, standing in for the right side to get things started. He grounded out back in the 2nd. This one fouled off to the right on the first pitch. It's 0-1. Fans, my name is Rob Sinclair. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Tuesday night with us here on the Quakes Radio Network, along with my partner in crime, Mark Fiore, producer and director, doing his usual great job tonight. 0-1 to Johnson, a fastball a little bit low. And it's even at a ball and a strike. San Jose with 5 runs on only 3 hits. They've been helped by 2 Quakes errors, 4 walks, and a hit batter by Quakes pitching tonight. Fastball outside to Johnson, 2-1. Outfield around towards right on BJ. 2-1, big curveball outside, 3 balls and a strike. So San Jose 5-3-0 for their line. Quakes a run, 2 hits, and 2 errors. (3-1) fastball. There's a strike on the inside corner. It's gone full on Ben Johnson. 3-2. Is that strike 3? Apparently so. I thought the count was 3-1. This entire time, and apparently it was 2-2. My apologies. So Ben Johnson goes down looking at a called 3rd strike. 4 strikeouts now for Alex Hinshaw. And the leadoff man gone here in the 4th. Now Pat Riley is in from the left side, lefty-lefty. And Hinshaw misses inside with a breaking pitch. It's 1-0. Fans, what about some big league scores to pass along your way? About everything in the majors is final right now as Riley sends this one high and deep out towards right field. Brian Horwitz going back, looking up, and it is gone. I swing hard. A solo home run, there is no doubt about it, from Pat Riley. His first of the year, and the Quakes down now 5-2. That ball was crushed pretty well by Pat Riley, the DH. Home run number 1, RBI number 4 for Pat Riley. And the Quakes start chipping away at what had been a 4-run deficit. Now down 5-2 as Hinshaw misses low to Baltazar Lopez. And it's a ball with no strikes. So pretty good swing there from Pat Riley, especially since he was in a lefty versus lefty matchup. Curveball to Lopez inside, and it is 2 balls and no strikes. Lope 0 for 1, struck out swinging to end the 2nd. Fastball line down the left field line, trying to stay fair, and it'll drop foul. Could have been extra bases for Lopez. Instead, just a strike, and it's 2-1. We have some big league scores. Let's take a look. Well, there are a few games going on, but not a whole lot. So we'll start in the National League with some finals. Pittsburgh gets a win over Cincinnati in NL Central play. Fastball swung on and missed there by Lopez, 2-2. 9-3 the final at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Paul Mahalem gets the win. They hang the loss on Aaron Harang, 9-3. Pittsburgh over the Reds. 2-2 to Lopez. Swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. So Lopez down swinging on the fastball from Alex Hinshaw. A couple of Ks for Hinshaw here in the bottom of the fourth. Second time he has struck out Lopez. And now with 2 away, here's Drew Toussaint, the left fielder. In Atlanta tonight, the Braves go to 11 innings to get a 4-3 win over Florida. Toussaint goes after the first pitch. Fouls it off into the seats off to our right, and it's 0-1. Milwaukee, how about the Fighting Brewers getting a win over the Phils tonight, as Milwaukee gets a run in the bottom of the ninth on a throwing error to get the win. Down and away there, 1 ball, 1 strike. Derek Turnbow, the winner in that one. The Brewers climb over 500, 20-19 with that victory over Philadelphia. 1-1, fastball high and away, 2 balls and a strike. Others finals from around the National League. The Cubs shut out Washington tonight, 4-0. Carlos Zambrano outduels Livan Hernandez to get the win there. Called strike on Toussaint. It's even at 2-2. San Francisco puts up 14 runs on Houston, but Barry Bonds does not hit one out. 14-3 the final. San Francisco blows out the Astros at Minute Maid Park outside, and it's full on Toussaint. And the other final, Brad Hawpe picks up 4 RBIs for the Colorado Rockies, and then they defeat the Dodgers 5-1. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Here's the 3-2 to Drew Toussaint. High fastball swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. So Alex Hinshaw strikes out the side here in the bottom of the fourth, but the Quakes do pick up a run here in the fourth. All it took was 1 swing of the bat from Pat Riley as he drilled a solo home run out to right field, his first of the season. So a run on, a hit. No Giants errors, and no runners are left. We're through 4 complete. Quakes still down. It's 5-2.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should come down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
A pitcher's best friend is the double play. It gets them out of a jam. When your vehicle's transmission is in a jam, here's a double play combination for you. Carl's Transmission Exchange and the Transmission Man. Carl's is the oldest transmission shop in Rancho, Cucamonga, keeping you on the go for over 25 years.
Find Carl's in Rancho, Cucamonga on 8th Street between Archibald and Hermosa, and visit the Transmission Man in San Bernardino on Baseline between Del Rosa and Sterling.
Down 5-2 as we're underway here in the top of the fifth. Carlos Sosa taking a fastball down low from Hawkins, and it's 1-0. Now change up strike, and it's even at 1-1. Sosa, Rodriguez, and Simon Klink 5, 6, and 7. 2 up for the Giants as Hawkins works quickly here in the fifth. Fastball misses away, and it's 2-1. There is action in the Quakes bullpen. Mike Pete, the left-hander, getting loose. 2-1, fastball high from Hawk. 3 balls and a strike. We're talking about the scores from around the National League in the bottom of the fourth. Now, a couple of games still in progress. There's a fastball. There's barely a strike on the outside corner, and it's gone full on Sosa, 3-2. He thought that was ball 4. It started down the first base line and got called back. Now the payoff pitch from Hawkins, down and away, and there is ball 4. So a leadoff walk given up by Dan Hawkins. And for the third time in 5 innings, San Jose gets the leadoff man aboard. The second walk given up by Dan Hawkins. And Carlos Sosa aboard for the third time tonight. 2 walks and an RBI infield single for Sosa. He leads away from first. Sosa in his first game of the 2006 season. Fastball inside to Guillermo Rodríguez. It's 1-0. The games in the National League that are in progress, Arizona hosting San Diego leads the Padres 3-2. They're in the 6th inning in Phoenix in that one. 1-0, fastball inside, 2 balls and no strikes. And they're in the 7th inning in St. Louis. A pretty good ball game between the Mets and the St. Louis Cardinals. 4-3 Mets lead there in the 7th. That ball game delayed by rain right now. 2-0, fastball outside corner. And 2-1 the count on the catcher, Guillermo Rodríguez. He is 0 for 2. Has fly to center and bounce into a fielder's choice to end the 3rd inning. 2-1 inside, and that one hit him. So Rodríguez gets plunked, and that will put runners at first and second. Couple of hit batters for both clubs now, and Bobby Mitchell has seen enough as he's going to go to the bullpen once again here in the top of the 5th. The starter, Jose Arredondo, lasted just 2 innings. And again, we're thinking there's something more to Arredondo leaving after 2 innings. Now Dan Hawkins works 2+ innings, gives up 4 runs, 2 of them earned, and gives way to the lefty Mike Pete here in the top of the 5th. So a pitching change here at the epicenter. We'll go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. We'll come back, tell you all about the lefty Mike Pete, and see what he does here in the 5th. Quakes are down 5-2, and 2 on with nobody out for the Giants. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Quakes Radio Network.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best and exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
When you're looking for a contractor, you want to work with a professional. Around here, the place to call is Summit Construction. They're the residential and commercial contractor where quality construction is guaranteed. They specialize in all areas of residential construction. They build top quality homes, do room additions, and even can build you a custom swimming pool or spa. With 25 years of experience, they do it all. For a free quote, call 909-821-2840 or see them online at summitpools.net. Summit Construction, where quality is guaranteed.
Back here at the epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, and it is indeed the lefty Mike Pete who comes out of the Quakes bullpen. We haven't seen Pete for a while. He hasn't pitched since May 12th. That was last Friday. Friday hasn't been all that long for Pete. Just seemed a little bit longer than that. His last time out, he went 2 scoreless innings against High Desert. A ball game that the Quakes won there on Friday night. And this is a situation that Petey comes into here in the top of the 5th. Quakes are down 5-2. Pete inherits a couple of runners. Sosa at second, Rodríguez at first, and the first man that he will face is the third baseman, Simon Klink. Klink, a switch hitter, will bat right-handed against Mike Pete. Has grounded out twice, picked up an RBI A ground out back in the second. First offering, hit on the ground, and nice bare-handed play there by Lenny Sakata, a former infielder at the big league level. So now managing San Jose and coaching over there at third base, and the count 0-1. Mike Peake going to work immediately from the stretch. Look back. And he'll wheel off and look the runners back. You know, fans, talking about Len Sakata, the manager of San Jose, he's the answer to a great trivia question. Who is the last man to start at shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles before Cal Ripken Jr. started his streak? As this one is driven deep out towards right field. Ben Johnson going back, looking up, going to have to play this one off the wall. Extra bases. Now just a long single for Simon Klink, and what a nice job by Ben Johnson to play that one off the wall, because they end up holding Simon Klink to a single, and nobody comes in to score. Carlos Sosa held at third. Rodriguez held at second on a single off the wall for Simon Klink. So nicely done there by Ben Johnson, as he saves a run for the Quakes right there. So now here's Mike Wagner, however. Base is loaded and nobody out. And a fastball from Pete down low. It's 1-0. But yeah, Len Sakata, the last man to start for the Baltimore Orioles at shortstop before Cal Ripken Jr. started his consecutive games played streak. Swing the ball fouled right at home plate. And even a 1-1 on Mike Wagner. Let's tell you about Mike Pete, lefty from Brandon, Florida, 5'11", 175 pounds. Signed as a free agent out of the University of Florida in 2005. Spent last year in Orem. Only gave up 3 earned runs the entire season. Helped lead the Owls to their second straight Pioneer League championship. Change up outside, 2-1. Pete on the year, a record of 1-1, couple of saves, and a 371 earned run average. 2-1, down and away, 3 balls and a strike on Mike Wagner, and nowhere to put him. Sosa at third, Rodriguez at second, Klink at first. The Quakes already down 5-2 here in the top of the 5th. Don't want it to get much more of a bigger deficit. 3-1. Line drive right to the second baseman. Leahy shovels to second. Not quite in time, as just barely getting back was Guillermo Rodríguez. And Sean Rodriguez, the Quake shortstop, not a big fan of that call. That was a very close play, and Sean Rodriguez with some words for the second base umpire there. Well, that's still a big first out, as Ryan Leahy made a nice catch on a little half jump there. On a hot shot off the bat of Mike Wagner. So 1 away, base is still loaded, and here's Cordito, the first baseman, lines this one into left field. That's a base hit. Sosa's going to come in to score. Stopping at third and pulling up lame is Guillermo Rodriguez, as he is down in a heap there at third base. And time is called as the trainer, Yukiya Oba, is quickly out there for San Jose. That looked like a hamstring there for Guillermo Rodriguez. He came into third base and looked like he just couldn't stop. So a single to left for Julio Cordito. Sosa scores to make it 6-2 for Cordito. That is RBI number 9. And the good sign, as you can hear the round of applause, is that Guillermo Rodriguez is up and is walking off the field under his own power, but looks like he will probably be done for the rest of the game, as he is limping pretty severely. It just looked like that hamstring grabbed on him. And that's going to do it for Guillermo Rodriguez. So he will be replaced most likely by Steve Holm, who is the only, I want to say, active catcher, but the only other healthy catcher. Todd Jennings was hit in the face with a fastball a couple of days ago and has not officially been DL, but has not played in either of the first two games. So it is going to be Steve Holm who comes in to run. So Holm becomes the runner at third base. And we imagine that he would stay in the game to catch. Simon Klink is at second. Julio Cordito is at first. Quakes are down 6-2 here in the top of the fifth. And the bases are still loaded with one out for the leadoff man, Joey Dyke. Check swing. They'll appeal to first. And they say one around, it's 0-1. Joey Dyke, another local kid from San Dimas. Had a big cheering section here last night. As he put on a show, went 3 for 4 and finished a home run shy of the cycle. 0-1 to Dyke, down and away on the curveball from Mike Pete, and it's a ball and a strike. Tonight, Dyke has continued his hot hitting, picked up the home run that he missed last night with a solo shot in the third, his first of the year. He's also been hit by a pitch, has struck out, and has scored a couple of runs. 1-1 from Pete, swung on and missed. So he fouled right at home plate. It's 1-2. Tell you some more about Mike Pete. On the record, 1-1, a 3.71 ERA for Petey. He's gone 17 innings, has given up 7 earned runs on 16 hits. So he gets a new baseball from the home plate umpire. Pete not overpowering, but he gets the job done. 9 strikeouts in 17 innings, 6 walks. But opponents only hitting .239 against him. Check of the runners. 1-2, curveball, missed down and away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The run that just came in to score here in the top of the fifth is charged to Dan Hawkins. And he is also still responsible for Steve Holm, the runner at third base. The other 2 runners, Klink at second and Cordito at first, are the responsibility of Mike Pete. Slow roller to the second baseman, Leahy. Only play is to first. And he'll take the out at first base as Joey Dyke brings in another run. So Steve Holm comes in to score on the 4-3 ground out. Simon Klink goes to third. Julio Cordito goes to second. And San Jose now leading 7-2. Joey Dyke picks up his second RBI of the game, 10th of the year. Now runners at second and third with 2 away, and here's Tim Hutting, the shortstop. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. First offering, fastball, strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Hutting 0 for 2. Has grounded to third, line to right, and drew a walk from Hawkins his last time up in the fourth. One curveball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. San Jose with 7 runs on just 5 hits. Quakes have committed 2 errors, given up 5 walks, and hit 2 batters. 1-1, curveball down low, 2 balls and a strike. Hutting hitting .318 on the year with a home run and 7 RBI. There's the 2-1 from Pete. Another curveball. There's a strike on the outside corner. And it's even now at 2-2. San Jose with a run in the second, and then 2-run rallies in the third, fourth, and thus far here in the fifth. 2-2. Fastball called, strike 3 right at the knees. And Tim Hutting rung up on a called third strike. First strikeout of the night for Mike Pete. And that ends the inning here in the top of the fifth, but not before San Jose picks up 2 more runs, both charged to Dan Hawkins. He walked Sosa to start the inning, then hit Guillermo Rodríguez. And after Hawkins was replaced by by Mike Pete. Sosa came in to score on the RBI single by Julio Cordito. And the pinch runner Steve Holm came in to score on an RBI ground out by Joey Dyke. So 2 runs, 2 hits, no Quakes errors. 2 runners are left. We are halfway through. Go to the bottom half of the 5th, and the Quakes are down 7-2.
Whether it's a collision at home plate or on the road, we know that accidents happen. If you've been in an accident and need auto body repair, visit the pros at Rocky's Auto Body. They feature expert collision repair, including state-of-the-art frame straightening and precise color matching. They work with all insurance companies and can even set you up with tow service and a rental car. Visit Rocky's Auto Body right next to the Quakes Ballpark on Rochester, or find out more online at Rocky'sAutoBody.com. Rocky's Auto Body. There's only one way, the right way.
Everyone wants a healthy lawn and garden. However, fertilizer works better and is more cost-effective when used properly. By following the directions on the package and making sure water does not run off your property, you can keep fertilizer from washing away. Water that runs off your lawn or garden flows into the gutter and drains directly into the Santa Ana River, carrying excess fertilizer with it. Any fertilizer that reaches local waterways pollutes the environment for people and aquatic life. Next time you use fertilizer, make the following choices to protect our environment, your pocketbook, and public health. Follow the directions on the product. More is not better. Extra fertilizer just gets washed off your lawn or garden. Avoid using fertilizer near ditches or gutters. When watering your lawn and garden, make sure water does not run into the street and carry fertilizer with it. Do not apply fertilizer before a rainstorm. Store fertilizers and chemicals in a covered area and in sealed containers. When it is time to dispose of leftover chemicals, call 1-800-253-2687 from the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Site near you. For more pollution prevention tips, please call the City Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
For the Quakes here at the bottom of the 5th, takes a curveball from Alex Hinshaw inside, and the count 1-0. Fuller to start, then back to the top of the order with Freddy Sandoval and Ryan Leahy, 9-1-2. Due up for the Quakes here in the 5th. Rancho Cucamonga down 7-2. Hinshaw misses high and away there with a fastball, 2 balls and no strikes. Cody Fuller 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the 3rd. Quakes have gotten single run rallies in both the 3rd and the 4th tonight. 2-0 to Fuller, fastball strike, and it's 2-1. Fuller hitting in the 9th spot for just the 2nd time this year. Quakes did win the only previous game that he hit 9th. 2-1, high fastball swung on and missed. And it's even at 2-2. Cody Fuller was bumming yesterday. I imagine would be bumming after the game as well, because his beloved San Antonio Spurs now down 3-1 in that series with the Dallas Mavericks. Cody was all doom and gloom before the game yesterday. Fastball inside, and it's full. Because the Spurs were down 2-1, and he kept shaking his head saying, "It's not good, man. We never come back from a 2-1 deficit. We never come back from a 2-1 deficit." And sure enough, now his boys are down 3-1. There's the payoff pitch from Hinshaw. Fastball outside, and that's ball 4. So Cody Fuller walks to open things here in the bottom of the 5th. Second free pass given up by Alex Hinshaw. And here's Freddy Sandoval, the 3rd baseman. Sandoval trying to extend that hitting streak to 7 games. He is 12 for his last 22 on this 6-game streak that he's on. So far tonight, he has grounded out, been hit by a pitch, and scored a run. Lost this one foul down the right field side. That'll end up in the top row of seats. As one of the more intrepid fans will chase after it, climb over a few stairs, hurdle a seat or two, and comes up with it. So 0-1 on Sandoval. Open stance from the right side. He's a switch hitter. Hinshaw works from the stretch. Long look at Fuller. Now home with a fastball. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Cody Fuller, 6 out of 10 in stolen base attempts this year. Steve Holm, the catcher, setting up outside, 0-2. Outside, and is a ball and 2 strikes. So that defensive change is what we thought it was going to be, as Steve Holm is in to catch after it looked like Guillermo Rodríguez suffered a hamstring injury going into third base in the top half of this 5th inning. So Holm in to catch. 1-2. Fastball high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Holm will hit in the 6th spot for the San Jose Giants. Now the 2-2. Down low with a fastball, and it's gone full 3-2. So from 0-2 to 3-2 on. Just kidding, they just call that a strike? So apparently that was a called strike 3. Yep. Replacement umpires. Strikeout number 7 for Alex Hinshaw. I mean, usually an umpire will at least let you know if it's a called strike 3. First of all, it looked low, and there wasn't even any big to-do from the home plate umpire there. So Sandoval strikes out looking. 7 Ks for Hinshaw. And Ryan Leahy fouls the first pitch back to the screen. It's 0-1. Quakes down 7-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 on, 1 out. 0-1 to Leahy. Chased some high cheese and came up empty. It's 0-2. Fans, how about some American League scores for you? The Boston Red Sox. They feed Baltimore 6-5 at Camden Yards tonight. Kurt Schilling gets the win in that one. He's now 6-2. How about Jonathan Papelbon? Rookie sensation with his 14th saves. Swung on and missed there by Leahy, and that is strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Alex Hinshaw. He is now just 1 off of his season high. 8 Ks and 4 2/3 tonight for Hinshaw. He picked up 9 strikeouts in 5 shutout innings against Lancaster his last time out. 2 away, and here's Sean Rodríguez. Got the Quakes on the board with an RBI infield hit back in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2, and a fastball upstairs. It's 1-0. Ball was flying out of the yard in Baltimore tonight. Manny Ramirez and Trot Nixon both go deep for the Bo Sox. Ramon Hernandez, Jay Gibbons, and how about former Frederick Key Brandon Fahey with his first big league home run. Fastball outside there, 2 balls, no strikes. So congratulations to Brandon Fahey as he homers for the first time as a member of the Baltimore Orioles. To Sean Rodríguez. Fastball outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Cleveland snapped the losing streak that they were on. Pick up 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. And defeat Kansas City 6-4. So Rodríguez calls time. Casey Blake, his 7th home run. Travis Hafner, number 12 for Cleveland. And Grady Sizemore, former Kinston Indian, picks up his 5th of the season. 2-1. Popped up off the bat of Sean Rodríguez, and this should end the inning. First base side of the infield, it'll be the second baseman, Mark Minikazi, who calls off Cordito and makes the catch, and that does it for the Quakes here in the bottom of the 5th. So Hinshaw gives up the leadoff walk to Cody Fuller, strikes out the next 2 batters, and Rodríguez pops up to end the inning, and the Quakes retired here in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Go to the 6th, and San Jose on top of the Quakes, 7-2.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Top of the sixth inning here in Rancho Cucamonga. Fans doing the YMCA. The Quakes are down 7-2. Mike Pete beginning his first full inning of relief. Will face the heart of the order here in the sixth. Minikazi, Horwitz, and then Carlos Sosa, 3, 4, and 5. Mark Minikazi takes a fastball down and away, and it's 1-0. Minikazi 0 for 3, did reach on an error his last time up, and can make it 1 for 4 now as he lines a single into right field, and the leadoff man aboard once again for San Jose. Now 6 hits for San Jose. Still have more runs than hits, 7 runs, 6 hits. Quakes 2 runs, 3 hits, and a couple of errors. Now leadoff man aboard for Brian Horwitz, the cleanup man, who has walked, tripled, lined out, and scored a couple of runs. Big open stance from the right side, big leg kick, too. And Pete misses down and away for ball 1. About some other big league scores. Detroit, 12 games over 500. They've won 5 in a row. They beat Minnesota 7-4 tonight. Down low from Petey, 2 balls and no strikes. Chris Shelton with a 3-run double in that one. And Todd Jones, the ageless one, picks up his 10th save of the year, 7-4 the final at Comerica. Down and away there, 3 balls, no strikes to count on Brian Horwitz. How about this? The New York Yankees defeated Texas 14-13 tonight. Here's the bouncing ball to the third baseman, Sandoval. Gloves it on the back end. A second for 1. On to first in time. 5-4-3 double play as they go around the horn. Sandoval to Leahy to Lopez, and so much for that leadoff single. Brian Horwitz had the green light to swing away 3-0 there, and ends up bouncing into the double play. And it goes 5-4-3, Sandoval to Leahy to Lopez, with Mark Minikazi forced out on the play. So base is empty, 2 gone, and here's Carlos Sosa, the DH. Big swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. But yeah, the Yankees defeat Texas 14-13 tonight. New York was down 9-0 at one point. Curveball down low, it's 1-1. Down 9-0 at the end of the top of the second inning. Another curveball down low, 2-1. And then the Yanks came back, scored 6 runs in the 6th, and then scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th to win it. Down and away, 3-1 on Carlos Sosa. Brad Wilkerson and Hank Blaylock both homered for Texas. Derek Jeter and Jorge Posada went yard for the Pinstripers. That's a fastball high, I guess. And Carlos Sosa draws his 3rd walk of the night. First free pass allowed by Mike Pete. 6 walks given up by Quakes pitching now. Carlos Sosa has drawn 3 of them. He's also reached on an infield hit. So Carlos Sosa making his first appearance of the year for San Jose. Just got called up from extended spring training and is on board 4 times in his first 4 trips. And extends the inning for Steve Holm, the catcher. First pitch swinging and a bouncing ball foul outside of third base. It's 0-1. Let's tell you about Steve Holm. Our first look at him at the plate. He's hitting .224 in limited action for San Jose. 3 home runs, 5 RBIs in 15 games. 0-1. Curveball high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Steve Holm, also the name of the father of my college roommate, my first year at Baylor University. So I want to say hi to the Holm family, just in case they're surfing around in Texas, hanging out on the internet, and decide to check us out online. Curveball outside there, 2-1. My college roommate was Sam Holm. And he's to this day one of my really good friends. Went potluck and lucked out. Here's a line up the middle, gloved by Rodriguez from his belly, and he'll flip to Leahy for the force out at second. What a play by Sean Rodriguez as he makes another spectacular play in the field. Going far to his left, he'll get a standing O as he walks off the field. That should have been a base hit for Steve Holm, and Rodriguez takes it away, belly flops on the dirt, and flipped it to Leahy for the force out at second. And that does it for the Giants here in the top of the 6th. Sosa out 6-4 on the fielder's choice. No runs for the Giants on 1 hit. No Quakes errors, 1 man left. We're through 5.5. San Jose still with the lead, 7-2.
Sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Chuck Benson at 626-967-0595 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Pressed for time? Gotta get something good for the family and real quick? Think Chipotle. For gourmet meals on the run, Chipotle Mexican Grill is famous for their huge portions. Plus, it's fresh. Fresh gourmet burritos and tacos prepared the way you like it. Nothing processed or frozen. Plus, their recipes are created by a classically trained chef. No, not that type of classical, but it will be music to your mouth when you bite into a Chipotle burrito stuffed with 17 different ingredients and marinated in their famous Chipotle adobo sauce. And for those of you who like to eat healthy, skip the tortilla and have a burrito bowl because they get fresh veggies delivered every day. Add some lettuce and homemade guacamole, and you've got a salad fiesta. Chipotle has a brand new location in Norco, or for one nearest you, visit their website at chipotle.com. Chipotle, where their burritos let you cover all 4 food groups in one single bite, and fast food that is not only healthy and fresh, but you can eat it with your hands. Chipotle, now open in Norco on Hamner between 1st and 2nd Street, or find a location nearest you at chipotle.com. That's Chipotle, CHIPOTLE.com.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at the epicenter. A new pitcher into the game for San Jose. We'll tell you all about him in just a second. But right now, folks, we have reached the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Need to go ahead and step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You are listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball on AM 1370 KWRM Corona.
So it's the right-hander Darren Sack who comes on here in the bottom of the 6th for San Jose, looking to preserve a 7-2 lead. The Quakes are trailing by 5. Sack, the first man on in relief for San Jose, as the starter Alex Hinshaw goes 5 solid innings, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, and is in line for his 3rd win of the year as Sack opens with a curveball low and away to Michael Collins, and it's 1-0. Collins, Johnson, and Riley, 4, 5, and 6. Middle third of the order do up for the Quakes here as Sack misses outside and it's 2-0. Again, the final line for Alex Hinshaw. He goes 5 innings, 2 runs on 3 hits, couple of walks, and 8 strikeouts, just one off of his season high. He also hit 2 batters. Fastball strike from Sack, and it's 2-1. Tell you about Darren Sack, native of Anaheim, California, an 11th round pick in 2004. Sack, 6'4" and 190 pounds. Spent last year down in Augusta in the South Atlantic League. That's one fouled back, and it's even at 2-2. Sack on the year, appearing for just his 4th time in relief. Does not have a decision and has not given up a run in 5 innings of work. Right-hander against right-hander. 2-2 on the way to Collins. Hit on the ground, and in between Klink and Hutting, that's through into left field. A solid base hit to left for Michael Collins, his 2nd hit of the night. And the Quakes get the leadoff man aboard for the 2nd straight inning. Quakes have gotten the leadoff man aboard now 4 times here in the first 6 innings. And a previous 3 times the Quakes have gotten the leadoff man on, they have not brought him around to score. Collins doubled to lead off the 2nd, never left second base. Toussaint was hit by a pitch to start the 3rd. Ended up getting doubled off. Here's a bouncing ball to the first baseman. Cordito steps on first base for 1, goes to first, and the throw is offline as Ben Johnson grounds out 3 unassisted. And Michael Collins goes to 2nd in the process. So Johnson at least advances the runner, although BJ is now 0 for 3. And with 1 on and 1 out, it's an RBI opportunity for Pat Riley. See if the Quakes can just chip away a little bit. It's not impossible by any means. Only a 5-run deficit. But you just got to take advantage of the opportunities that you get. First offering to Riley. This one hit pretty well out towards center field, but there to make the play is Joey Dyke. And Collins has to hold at second base. It's been one of those nights for the Quakes. Now, Pat Riley hit that ball very well. Dyke was shaded around towards right center a little bit, however. Ball ended up slicing back to him, and just been one of those nights. Pat Riley put a good swing on it, but flies to center, and there are 2 gone just like that. See if Baltazar Lopez can come through here. He is 0 for 2, struck out in the 2nd and then again in the 4th. First pitch, fastball down low. And it's a ball and no strikes. Other scores from the American League. Scott Kazmir gets his 6th win of the year for Tampa Bay. 10-7 as the D-Rays defeat the defending world champions White Sox on at Tropicana down in Florida tonight. Swung on and missed there by Lopez. It's 1-1. Kazmir the win. Brandon McCarthy, another highly touted pitching prospect for the Chicago White Sox, takes the loss. 1-1, curveball, down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Some more numbers on Darren Sack in 5 innings. He's picked up 9 strikeouts and only 2 walks, and opponents are only hitting 188 against him. Couple of looks back at Michael Collins, 2-1 to Lopez. Fastball a little bit low. A good hitter's count for Lopey, 3 balls and a strike. Other ball games still going on in the American League. The Parent Club with a 6-2 lead on Toronto at the Big A tonight. 2-1 in the air, center field, hit pretty well. Joey Dyke going back at the warning track. Going to have room, a step in front of the wall. What do we say, folks? One of those nights. Baltazar Lopez put a charge into that one and flies out to the deepest part of the yard. And despite the leadoff single, Darren Sack gets out of the inning unharmed and keeps it a 5-run deficit for the Quakes. No runs on a hit for Rancho Cucamonga. No San Jose errors. And Michael Collins stranded at second base. We're through 6 complete. Go to the 7th with the Giants leading the Quakes 7-2.
Teamwork. It's important on the field and off. When it comes to engineering services, more people are teaming up with Bonaldo Engineering. They feature a full spectrum of structural, consulting, engineering, and design build services. Whether it's commercial, industrial, or residential, go the winning team, Bonaldo Engineering. For information or a consultation, call 944-9992 or stop by their office at 9480 Utica Avenue, Suite 607. Bonaldo Engineering, a proud sponsor of Quakes Baseball.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best in exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup. Top of the seventh, bottom third of the order due up for San Jose. With Quakes, Wagner, and Cordito, 7, 8, and 9, due up against the lefty Mike Peet. That's for the first two pitches. Now comes back with a strike on the inside corner. It's 2-1. Quakes down 7-2 here in the top of the seventh. Simon Klink 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. Makes a fastball on the outside half there, and it's even up at 2-2. Mike Peet got all three outs in the fifth after he inherited a couple of runners and allowed them both to score. Then worked around a single and a walk in the sixth. This one fouled away down the right field side. Still 2-2 on Klink. Klink hitting .245, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs this season. 14 if you count that RBI ground out in the second. 2-2, check swing on a curveball. Did he go? Yes, sir, he did. And that is strike 3. Second strikeout for Mike Peet. And that's the first out here in the top of the seventh. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Round Table Pizza of Rancho Cucamonga. Bring in your Quakes ticket stub and get yourself a large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 plus tax. Give Round Table a call at 980-8040 for delivery, or visit their location at 7201 Archibald Avenue. Here's Mike Wagner in from the right side. Looking at a curveball strike from Pete. It's 0-1. Parent Club has added another run against Toronto as Wagner lines this one to left field, and that's a base hit. Hit number 7 on the night for San Jose. And the first for Mike Wagner. He's now been aboard twice after he walked in the second as well. And 1 on and 1 out for Julio Cordito. So Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim now up 7-2 in the sixth inning against Toronto. Vladimir Guerrero has hit his 10th home run of the year for the Parent Club there. 0-1, curveball down low, covered up by Collins at the ball and no strikes. One other game to tell you about, the Oakland Athletics just knocking Seattle around 12-2 in the 8th inning in Oakland there. Call
Called strike. A change-up there from Pete. 1 ball, 1 strike. Adam Melhuse with his 3rd home run for Oakland. Nick Swisher with his 13th. There goes Mike Wagner. Hit and run was on. Bounced the ball left side. Only play for Sean Rodriguez is to first, and he guns out Julio Cordito. For that one, 6-3 as Wagner advances to second base. And there are 2 gone now here in the 7th. Quakes down 7-2. And Wagner in scoring position for Joey Dyke as we're back to the top of the order. Dyke with a couple of runs scored and a couple of RBIs. Also homered for the first time this season in the 3rd. Here's a chopper to the third baseman, Freddy Sandoval, charging in on the run, and he throws out Joey Dyke. That was a tough play by Freddy Sandoval. He came running in, had to handle a short hop, actually had that ball go out of his glove, stayed with it. As it popped out of his glove, popped right back into his glove, and they threw out Dyke on the run. Really nice play there by Freddy Sandoval. And that does it for the Giants here in the 7th. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left. Fans, we all know what time it is. Get on up and stretch them out. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Quakes need some offense. They're down 7-2.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Whether it's your first Little League T-shirts or employee apparel, there's just something special about putting on a uniform and feeling like part of a team. If you're promoting your club, team, or business, you owe it to yourself to contact Pit Stop Embroidery. In addition to providing custom embroidery, they can custom make just about any promotional product your company can think of. So gather your ideas and call 1-800-5-STITCH. That's Pit Stop Embroidery, serving you since 1990. Find them online at pitstopembroidery.com.
Back here at the epicenter, bottom of the 7th inning, and the sidewinder Ben Cox is into the game for San Jose as he follows Darren Sack. Quakes down 7-2 here in the bottom of the 7th with Toussaint, Fuller, and Sandoval, not 8-9-1. Due up for the Quakes. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes baseball is brought to you in part by Esther Tacos in Upland. Serving authentic Mexican food 7 days a week, Esther's features tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and fajitas. Give them a call at 946-8111 for catering information. Toussaint takes a fastball up high for ball 1, or visit Esther Tacos in the Red Hill Shopping Center in Upland on the corner of Grove and Foothill and enter to win free Quakes tickets. 1-0 to Toussaint, fastball up high, 2 balls and no strikes. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the 6-foot burrito that Esther's brought on Sunday. My goodness. And what's even more impressive, or disturbing depending on how you want to look at it, as that's upstairs and it's 3-0, is the fact that the scant number of people that were here in the press box on Sunday managed to go through about 4.5 feet of that thing. Outside, and there's ball 4, so Drew Toussaint walks to start things here in the 7th. First walk allowed by Cox to the first batter he faces. And this is the 3rd straight inning that the Quakes have gotten the leadoff man on. You got to figure at some point they'll be able to take advantage of these opportunities, but they went 0 for 10 in scoring position last night, couldn't take advantage of those opportunities, and they have struggled trying to take advantage of things here tonight as well. Tonight, Quakes 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Steve Holm, the catcher, went out for a quick talk with Ben Cox. Here's Cody Fuller taking a slider down and away, and it's 1-0. Let's tell you about Ben Cox, the right-hander from Baytown, Texas. Split time last year between Savannah in the Washington Nationals organization and the San Jose Giants. Was acquired by San Francisco in a trade in 2005 with the Washington Nationals. Fastball down low there, and it's because that was called a strike, so it's 1-1. Fastball. That's a called strike in the inside corner, and it's 1-2 now. Ben Cox with a record of 3-1, 1 save, and a .257 earned run average for San Jose this year. He is on for the 14th time out of the Giants bullpen. 1-2 on the ground and threw into left field off the bat of Cody Fuller, a base hit. And now the left fielder, Mike Wagner, overruns it, and the throw will get cut off on the infield as Drew Toussaint is able to take the extra base. It'll be a hit and an error on the same play. So Cody Fuller singles to left, his first hit of the night. Toussaint goes to second on the base hit and goes to third on the fielding error by Wagner out there in left field. So don't look now, but the Quakes here in the bottom of the 7th, down 7-2, have themselves a pretty good threat. First time that they've had a runner to third base since back in the 3rd inning. I'm not counting Riley's home run there in the 4th. First offering of Freddy Sandoval. Fastball striking the outside corner. It's 0-1. Freddy Sandoval hitless tonight, 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and has scored a run, trying to extend his hitting streak to 7 games. There's a changeup swung on and missed. And 0-2. Sandoval, a switch hitter, batting left-handed for the first time tonight. Toussaint at third, Fuller at first, the 0-2, down and away from Ben Cox. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Cox has worked a total of 21 innings in 13 previous outings, given up only 6 earned runs, but has allowed 21 hits. The 1-2 to Sandoval. Swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. Ben Cox came back with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. And he strikes out Sandoval for the first out. Cox's first strikeout, 9th for San Jose pitching. Now we'll see what Ryan Leahy can do. Ben Cox is a pretty good strikeout pitcher. 19 Ks in 21 innings coming in with only 5 walks, so right around a 4-to-1 ratio of strikeouts to walks, and opponents hitting .263 against him on the year. There's Ryan Leahy, 0 for 2 with a walk. In from the right side, takes a fastball down low for ball 1. Toussaint opened this inning with a 4-pitch walk. Fuller followed with a single. Runners at the corners, 1 out, the 1-0. Check swing by Leahy, and he held up. And as Cox misses down and away with a slider, it's 2 balls and no strikes. Closing in on the 2.5-hour mark in this one. And only in the bottom of the 7th. This ball game really dragged, especially the first 3 or 4 innings. 2-0, fastball inside, 3 balls and no strikes now. And Sean Rodriguez waiting on deck. If Leahy can get aboard here, things become very, very interesting for the Quakes with Rodriguez on deck and Collins in the hole. Here's the 3-0. Down low, and that's ball 4 on the fastball. So Ryan Leahy walks, and they're loaded up now for Sean Rodriguez. Ben Cox with a couple of walks, and he's also allowed a single here in the 7th. And that's going to draw the pitching coach, Jim Bennett, out for a visit. And Bennett's going to draw the infielders in as well. San Jose scored the first 3 runs of this game. Quakes came back with an RBI infield hit by Sean Rodriguez to make it 3-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. San Jose picked up 2 more runs in the top of the 4th. Quakes got a run back in the bottom of the inning on Pat Riley's solo home run. That made it 5-2, and then San Jose scored twice more in the top of the 5th. So a run in the 2nd, 2 runs in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th for San Jose. Single runs in the 3rd and 4th for Rancho Cucamonga. They're down 7-2, but again, bases loaded and only 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And we'll see what Sean Rodriguez can do. 1 for 3 with that RBI single back in the 3rd. First offering, lays off the curveball on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Sean Rodriguez, the native of Miami, Florida. 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, a 3rd-round pick in 2003. Steve Holmes setting up outside. The 0-1 lined into center field. Get out ball, and that will drop in front of Jared Doyle. In to score is Drew Tusaw. They will hold the other runners. So an RBI single for Sean Rodriguez. And now the Quakes down 7-3, and they're going to bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Michael Collins. Sean Rodriguez with his 2nd hit and his 2nd RBI. He's up to 23 ribs on the year. Tusaw comes in to score. Cody Fuller goes to 3rd, and Ryan Leahy goes to 2nd. And here's Collins, who is 2 for 3 and should have 3 hits. He was robbed of a base hit on a great play by Joey Dyke out in center field back in the 3rd. So right-hander against right-hander. First offering, fastball. Late strike call on the outside corner. It's 0-1. And fans, we talked about it earlier, how San Jose worked around Michael Collins a couple of times last night. Don't have that luxury here, not with the bases full. So Collins should be getting some pitches to hit here. See if he can just grip it and rip it. The reason he's hitting .348 this season. 3 home runs and 27 runs batted in. As Ben Cox steps off. Cox in his first inning of relief here in the bottom of the 7th. Alex Hinshaw started and went the first 5 innings. Then Darren Sack worked the 6th, and now the catcher, Steve Holm, wants to talk things over with Cox. Quakes have never led in this ballgame. Hinshaw is in line for the win. He gave up 2 runs in 5 innings and recorded 8 strikeouts, just 1 off of his season high. Steve Holm back behind home plate. And Michael Collins awaiting the 0-1. Fuller at 3rd. Leahy at 2nd. Rodriguez at 1st. The 0-1 to Collins was right on that fastball, fouled it back to the screen. And now he's behind in the count, 0-2. But in case you start worrying about Michael Collins with 2 strikes, remember this. Collins doubled in the 2nd on a 2-2 pitch. Whipped the ball into center field that Dyke made that dive and catch on in the 3rd on a 1-2 pitch. And then single leading off the 6th on another 2-2 pitch. So he's got 2 of his 3 hits on 2 strike counts in this one. Holmes setting up outside. Cox from the stretch with the 0-2. Down and away. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Michael Collins has been so good in the clutch this year for the Quakes. Hitting .472 with runners in scoring position this year. Outfield straight away. The 1-2 curveball swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. And Michael Collins can't believe he didn't get enough of that one to at least foul it off. Big strikeout for Ben Cox here in the bottom of the 7th. As he picks up his 2nd K of the inning. And now with 2 gone, Ben Johnson comes to the plate. Johnson still the potential tying run. Quakes down 7-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Base is loaded and 2 out as he digs in from the left side. First offering, curveball strike. It's 0-1. Johnson 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and struck out looking in the 4th. Outfield around a little bit towards left on the native of Bellevue, Washington. There's the 0-1 from Cox. Fastball missed inside. And it's even at 1-1. Ben Johnson hitting .247. 2 home runs on the year and 13 runs batted in. He went 1 for 3 with a walk and a double in last night's 4-2 loss. A 1-1. Fouled right back to the netting. Had a good swing at that 93-mile-an-hour fastball from Ben Cox, but the count goes to 1-2. Ben Johnson, no slouch in these kinds of positions for the Quakes. Hitting .333, 6 out of 18, with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Johnson does have some power. Hit 11 home runs for the Quakes last year. 1-2. Reached at it, and he rolls it over to the second baseman, Mark Minikazi. He'll pick it clean and throw him out at first. And that does it for the Quakes here in the bottom of the 7th. So the Quakes do get a run, but, oh, goodness, it could have been a whole lot more had the bases loaded with only 1 out. They do get the RBI single by Sean Rodriguez, but Cox comes back to strike out Collins and get Johnson to ground out. And that does it for the Quakes here in the 7th. 1 run on 2 hits. They were helped by a couple of walks and 1 San Jose error. The Quakes leave the bases loaded, however. We are through 7 complete, go to the top of the 8th. And the Quakes still trailing, although they've cut the deficit now to 7-3.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Oh, looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Nice floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should come down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Today's broadcast is made possible in part by Shelton's Poultry. We know it's our freedoms that make our country and our community great. At Shelton's, we'd like to take this opportunity to salute the men and women at home and abroad who protect those freedoms. Shelton's Poultry knows that our military personnel make great sacrifices for the benefit of us all. They allow us the opportunity to live, work, and feel safe. Shelton's Poultry, celebrating over 80 years of being a proud American business.
Top of the eighth, Quakes down 7-3 as Mike Pete delivers the 1-0 to Tim Hutting. Rolled to the left side, charging in the shortstop Sean Rodriguez. Picks, throws, and got him. For that one, 6-3. Nice job on the run by Sean Rodriguez right there. One shortstop to the other. As Hutting grounds out and one away here in the eighth. Now here's Mark Minicozzi, the second baseman. 1 for 4 with a single. He's also reached on an error. In from the right side, taking a fastball down and away from Mike Pete. And the count, a ball and no strikes. Have the attendance tonight, folks. The crowd of 2,020. That one misses, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. It's actually the second time this year that the Quakes have had an announced attendance of 2,020. 2-0. Inside-out swing from Minicozzi, and slap to his counterpart Ryan Leahy at second base. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 4-3, and quickly 2 away. Now back on the 4th game of the year against High Desert, the Quakes drew 2,020 fans. High Desert won that game 7-6, and now 2,020 again here tonight. The Quakes are down 7-3. Base is empty, 2 gone. Here's Horwitz, the right fielder. Looking at a curveball outside from Mike Pete. It's 1-0. Pretty good work from Mike Pete tonight, as he's working on his 3rd full inning. There's a ground ball left side. Who's going to get there? Sandoval cuts it off. Picks, throws, got him. How about that from Mike Pete? As he knows, he throws just 7 pitches here in the top of the 8th and gets 3 groundouts, and that's all she wrote for San Jose. A grounder to short, a grounder to second, and a grounder to third. And the Giants are down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. We go to the bottom half of the 8th, and the Quakes still trailing 7-3.
Steve, you got your gloves?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, bright blue sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's that peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You'll watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
An advantage in sports is playing in front of the hometown crowd. The next time you're looking to refinance, buy, or sell, get that same hometown advantage with Legend Realty and Loans. Looking to refinance but have a prepayment penalty? No problem. They can pay up to $7,000 in prepayment penalties. Looking to buy? Ask about their buyer assistance program. Looking to sell? Ask for your free market evaluation. Call 909-945-8708. That's 909-945-8708. Legend Realty and Loans in Rancho Cucamonga.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes for the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
Bottom of the 8th, and a new pitcher into the game for San Jose. It's the right-hander Justin Hedrick. He will open with a fastball strike to Pat Riley, and it's 0-1. Riles, Lopi, and Drew saw 6, 7, and 8. 2 up for Rancho Cucamonga here in the bottom of the 8th. Quakes down 7-3. Riley in from the left side. Fastball outside. And it's 1-1. But Ben Cox works the 7th inning, gives up a run on 2 hits with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Here's a ball hit hard, but caught by the second baseman, Mark Minicozzi, as Riley lines out. Minicozzi made the catch down on the knee. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. Let's tell you about Justin Hedrick, right-hander from Omaha, Nebraska, 6th-round pick in 2004, repeating the year with the San Jose Giants. Hedrick throwing the ball very, very well, a record of 1-0, 3 saves, and a 156 earned run average. Fastball missed down low there to Baltazar Lopez, and it's 1-0. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Hedrick works exclusively from the stretch, and Lopez fights this one off, and a little flare will drop into center field. A 1-out base hit for Baltazar Lopez, his first hit of the evening. Lopez now 1 for 4, extends his hitting streak to 3 games. And here's Drew Toussaint. Toussaint has been aboard twice, does not have a hit. He's been hit by a pitch. Drew a walk his last time up in the 7th and scored a run. Down low there from Hedrick, it's 1-0. Hedrick with 21 strikeouts and only 6 walks in 17 1/3. He's only given up 3 earned runs this season. 1-0. Fastball, outside corner, and it's even at a ball and a strike. Opponents come in hitting just 185 against Justin Hedrick. One on the way. Fastball down low. 2 balls and a strike. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Bobby Baja's in Rancho Cucamonga, offering the very best tri-tip California barbecue and Baja street food in the Inland Empire. Let Bobby Baja's cater to your family just like they catered to us here in the press box. Bobby Baja's on the corner of Foothill and Vineyard in Rancho Cucamonga, or give them a call at 989-9925. Toussaint swings and misses that fastball from Hedrick, and it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Quakes down 7-3 here in the bottom of the 8th, trying to claw their way back into this one. 2-2 to Toussaint, high and outside, and it's full 3-2. There is action in the Quakes bullpen, as Joe Torres, the left-hander, is getting loose. Waiting the payoff pitch, here it is, and Toussaint sends this one into shallow right field. Horwitz coming in, Minakazi going out. It'll be the right fielder Brian Horwitz who makes the catch. And 2 gone here. Speaking of Quakes relievers, Mike Pete tonight has set a new season high for the Quakes with 4 innings of relief. The previous high was 3 2/3 innings set by Miguel Gonzalez May the 2nd against Modesto, but tonight Mike Pete with 4 innings of relief for Rancho Cucamonga, a new season high for the Quakes. Cody Fuller digs in from the right side. First pitch swinging, and a slow roller to the second baseman Minakazi. Waits for it to get to him, and the throw to first, just barely in time to get a hustling Cody Fuller. Score that one 4-3, and the Quakes are retired here in the bottom of the 8th. Can't take advantage of that 1-out single by Baltazar Lopez. No runs for the Quakes here in the 8th on 1 hit. No San Jose errors, and 1 runner is left. To the 9th we go. Quakes are trailing 7-3.
Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
A ball club wins with teamwork and a winning game plan. Doesn't planning for your financial future deserve that same careful attention? Glenn Hardcastle Insurance Banking Company knows it does. With 20 years of experience in life insurance, they will teach you how to use an insurance policy, not just buy it. Learn to use your term insurance to double your 401k or IRA's future income, or triple your future income through equity management. Find out more by calling Glenn Hardcastle at Insurance Banking Company. Find them in your phone book or visit their office in Upland in the Foothill Bank Building on North Mountain Avenue.
are now 7-3, and indeed it is the left-hander Joe Torres who comes on to work things here in the ninth. So very nice relief work by Mike Peake, the left-hander. He goes 4 scoreless innings. Did allow a couple of inherited runners to score. Those are charged to Dan Hawkins. But Petey goes 4 innings, gives up no runs of his own, 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And gives way to Torres here in the top of the ninth. Torres will work to the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Sosa, Holm, and Klink. As Carlos Sosa, the DH, is in from the left side and takes a called strike 1. So Carlos Sosa is a left-handed batter, not right-handed like it says on the San Jose roster. A 1 down and away, a ball and a strike. Although, to be fair to the people in San Jose, if they're getting their information from the San Francisco Giants media guy, that's where the information was wrong to start with. On 1, curveball, outside corner, and it's 1-2. So again, Mike Peake, a season-high 4 innings for a Quakes reliever. No runs, 4 hits, a walk, and 2 Ks. 1-2, reached out and rolled over to the second baseman, Ryan Leahy. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 4-3. Down goes Sosa for the first time after he had reached an infield hit and drawn 3 walks. And there's 1 away. Fans, do want to tell you about a roster move the Quakes made today, because it's appropriate since we were talking about Mike Peake going 4 innings, breaking the season high of 3 2/3 innings of relief held by Miguel Gonzalez. Miggy Gonzalez has gotten a very well-deserved promotion up to Double-A Arkansas today. A fastball on the outside corner to Steve Holm. It's 0-1. Gonzalez with an ERA of 1.71 this year for the Quakes. Had 24 strikeouts, only 2 walks this season. Strike on the inside corner there, 0-2 on home. Opponents were only hitting 173 against Miguel Gonzalez, so he certainly did his part for the Quakes. And we're sad to see him go. That one down low, a ball and 2 strikes, but at the same time, we're very happy for Miguel Gonzalez because he deserves every chance to go to Double-A and show what he can do for the Arkansas Travelers. So congratulations, Miguel. Fastball inside, 2-2 now on home. Would not find a nicer guy in the Quakes clubhouse than Miguel Gonzalez. Anything that the front office staff needed, if we needed somebody to go catch a ceremonial first pitch, Miguel Gonzalez would go do it. If we needed somebody to make an appearance in the community, Miguel Gonzalez would go do it. That went up high, and it's full 3-2. So I hate to see Miguel go, but we know that it's very well deserved, and we're looking forward to keeping tabs on him as he goes up and joins the Arkansas Travelers. So congratulations to Miguel Gonzalez moving up to Double-A. There's a fastball swung on and missed by Steve Holm, and that is strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Joe Torres, and 2 gone here in the top of the ninth. Quakes are trailing 7-3. We'll tell you about Joe Torres quickly. Lefty from Kissimmee, Florida, 6'2", 195 pounds. Torres, a first-round pick back in the year 2000. Fastball high and away to Simon Klink, the switch hitter. It's 1-0. Torres with a record of 1-0 and a 4.32 earned run average. Here's a chopper hit to the shortstop, Sean Rodriguez. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 6-3. And the Quakes bullpen has really been outstanding, especially Pete and Torres, as they shut San Jose out for the 4th consecutive inning. And for Quakes pitching, that's now 8 straight outs between Pete and Torres, who works a perfect inning here in the 9th. San Jose goes in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Last chance time for the Quakes. They're trailing the Giants 7-3.
Grocers, water coolers, Vegas jewelers, everything from A to see. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bomb bale, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, you yellow book. Let your fingers do the walking, you yellow book. Not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by Summit Construction, quality concrete construction guaranteed. By Shelton's Poultry, celebrating over 80 years of being a proud American business. By Pit Stop Embroidery, Pit Stop for quality embroidery services. And by Accent Computer Solutions Incorporated. We can handle it.
Freddy Sandoval going after the first pitch as we're underway here in the bottom of the ninth. A little looper down the left field line. A fair ball as Wagner can't make a diving catch. Extra bases for Freddy Sandoval. He'll stop at second with a leadoff double. And he extends his hitting streak to 7 games in his last chance here in the bottom of the ninth. So Sandoval with a little soft flare down the left field line. Wagner made a heck of an effort, but couldn't get there. And the leadoff man into scoring position. For Freddy Sandoval, his 9th double of the year. He's now tied with Cody Fuller and Ben Johnson for the team lead in that department. And here's Ryan Leahy. Quakes are down 7-3. Top of the order due up here in the bottom of the ninth. Sandoval, Leahy, and Sean Rodriguez. Right-hander against right-hander. Ryan Leahy 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. Fastball on the outside corner from Justin Hedrick. It's 0-1. Hedrick worked around a one-out single by Baltazar Lopez in the 8th. 0-1. Fastball down low. And it's even at a ball and a strike. Ryan Leahy hitting .273. No home runs, 6 RBIs. 1-1. This one crushed on the left field line. If it's fair, it's going to go. It is foul. Just barely foul. As Leahy turned around on that one and absolutely crushed it. Just a long strike. And it's 1-2. Fans, I want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Red Hill Barbecue of Rancho Cucamonga, located at 8111 Foothill Boulevard on the corner of Foothill and Grove. Red Hill Barbecue is the home of the $3.99 lunch special. Give them a call at 920-0558 for catering information, or visit them from 11 to 9 Monday through Thursday and 11 to 10 Friday and Saturday. That's Red Hill Barbecue. Now the 1-2. Swung on and fouled back by Leahy. We'll do it again. San Jose, 7 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. The Quakes, 3 runs on 8 hits, and they've committed 2 errors. Holmes setting up outside. The 1-2 to Leahy. Reached at and swung on and missed, but a ball in the dirt going to get past home. And that's going to be the old strikeout wild pitch combination to put runners on the corners. That was fortuitous for the Quakes. Strikeout wild pitch. The first strikeout for Justin Hedrick. 11th for the Quakes offensively, but it works out as they've got runners at first and third and nobody out. Can they finally take advantage here in the bottom of the ninth? Quakes left the bases loaded in the 7th. Got the leadoff man on in the 5th and the 6th. Couldn't bring them in. Fastball strike to Sean Rodriguez in 0-1. Going back as far as the 2nd inning, they got a leadoff double from Michael Collins and left him at second base. But they've hung around long enough. And a chance to maybe steal one here late in the ball game. 0-1. Swung on and Shot foul off the facing of the Quakes dugout there on the third base side. And Rodriguez behind in the count now, 0-2. Sean has had a really nice night tonight. Gone 2 for 4 with a pair of RBI singles. One in the third and one again in the seventh. 0-2 to Rodriguez. Fastball high and outside. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sean Rodriguez hitting .313. 5 home runs. Now up to 23 RBIs on the year. There's the 1-2. Fastball down low and covered up by the catcher, Steve Holmes. He'll block that one up the first base line. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. A score update from Lake Elsinore for you. The Storm with a 2-0 lead on Inland Empire in the 8th inning of that ball game. Quakes came in tied with Inland Empire for first place in the Southern Division, with Lake Elsinore just a game back. So if Lake Elsinore wins and the Quakes lose, we'd have a 3-team tie for first in the Southern Division when we wake up tomorrow. Of course, if the Storm win and the Quakes rally back to win here in the 9th, Quakes would be in first place all by themselves by a game. There's the 2-2 to Sean Rodriguez. Chased a fastball outside, and Holm hangs on to the foul tip for strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Justin Hedrick. Remember, he had the strikeout wild pitch combination on Leahy. And that's a big first out here in the bottom of the 9th. Quakes still down 7-3. Michael Collins will come to the plate. He's 2 for 4. Crowd of 2,020 here tonight. Right-hander against right-hander. Now the first pitch reached out and fouled back off the screen. It's 0-1. Collins hitting .348 this year. 3 homers, 27 runs batted in. Fourth in the California League in average. And tied for third in RBIs. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and fouled back to the screen once again. Michael Collins was right on that one. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Justin Hedrick goes pretty much right down the middle. And Michael Collins would like to have that one back. Just barely missed it as he takes a few steps around the batter's circle to compose himself. But good 2-strike hitter. See what he can come up with here. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Sandoval at third, Leahy aboard at first. 0-2, fastball up high. And it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Collins can reach. Ben Johnson would be next. Outfield a little bit around towards right. The 1-2, down and away. Even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We've reached the top of the 10 o'clock hour. We'll need to take a station break whenever Collins' at bat is finished. Hedrick set at the belt. Look over his shoulder to first. Now the 2-2. Fastball down and away. And it's gone from 0-2 to 3-2 on Michael Collins. Base hit would be great, but the most important thing is Collins has to find a way to get on base. So if he draws a walk, that's fine too, because you got to get that tying run to the plate. Collins stands back in, wearing the white batting gloves. Here's the payoff pitch, swung on and missed, and that is strike 3, and Collins can't believe he missed it. Another 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Hedrick. That one was even up in the zone a little bit, and Collins can't connect. So the Quakes down to their final out now. It comes in the form potentially of Ben Johnson. Before we get to that at-bat, fans, it is 10 o'clock. Let's step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You're listening to Rod Sinclair and Quakes Baseball on AM 1370 KWRM Corona.
Ben Johnson went after the first pitch right there, fouled it back against the screen. And it's 0-1 on Ben. He is 0 for 4 tonight. Has grounded out 3 times and struck out looking in the 4th. So he's due for a hit here. Outfield around towards left. A little half swing on a high fastball. He foul-tipped it. And the Quakes now down to their final strike. Johnson behind in the count, 0-2. Quakes down 7-3. They've got runners on the corners with 2 away. Leadoff double by Sandoval. Then Leahy reached on a wild pitch. 0-2 to Ben Johnson. Called strike 3, a fastball on the outside corner. Ben Johnson has some words with the home plate umpire as he walks back to the dugout, and that will do it here in the bottom of the 9th as San Jose gets a win 7-3 here tonight. Fans, that was a pretty rare 9th inning, because that's one of the rare times you will see a pitcher get 4 strikeouts in an inning. Hedrick struck out Ryan Leahy, but Leahy reached on a wild pitch. Then Hedrick comes back to strike out Rodriguez, strike out Collins, and he gets Ben Johnson looking at a called third strike. So 4 strikeouts there in the bottom of the 9th inning for Justin Hedrick. You do not see that every day. Quakes get turned away empty-handed in the 9th. Again, they had some chances, but for the second straight night could not capitalize. No runs on a hit, no San Jose errors, and 2 runners are left aboard. The final score here tonight, San Jose 7 and the Quakes 3. We'll go ahead and step aside for 90 seconds, come back with the post-game totals, and we'll wrap things up from here at the Epicenter. Quakes fall for the second straight night, 7-3. We'll be back on the Quakes Radio Network.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho, Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996. In baseball, there are day games, night games, and even the occasional twilight doubleheader. But you'll never see a first thing in the morning game. That's because mornings are for Farmer John. Whether it's delicious hardwood smoked bacon, savory sausage, or juicy ham steaks, they're all made fresh right here in the Southland. There's even Farmer John quick serve bacon and sausage. It's ready in seconds. So share your afternoons and evenings with the Quakes. But mornings are for you and Farmer John. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
At the Epicenter in Rancho, Cucamonga, where tonight the Quakes fall by a final count of 7-3 to the San Jose Giants. Folks, last night the Quakes went 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Tonight, not much better. They go 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position here tonight. San Jose gets its 6th straight win with the 7-3 victory here tonight. San Jose improves to a league best 26-11 with the victory. They win it with 7 runs on 7 hits. Committed 1 error. They left 9 men aboard, 6 of them in scoring position. Rancho Cucamonga, meanwhile, drops to 21-17 on the year. Quakes 3 runs on 8 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they left 11 men on base, 6 of them in scoring position. Those are the same numbers they had yesterday in the loss. 11 left aboard, 6 in scoring position. The winner tonight for San Jose was their starter, Alex Hinshaw, the Claremont High School product and former pitcher at Chaffey Junior College. Hinshaw goes 5 innings to improve to 3-0 on the year. 5 innings, 2 runs on 3 hits with a couple of walks and 8 strikeouts for Alex Hinshaw, just 1 off of his season high in strikeouts. Jose Arredondo is saddled with the loss for the Quakes as his record falls to 2-2. Arredondo lasted just 2 innings in this one. Not sure if he developed a blister or if he had some pain or what happened, but he lasted just 2 innings, gave up a run, no hits, 3 walks, and he only had 2 strikeouts after having no fewer than 7 strikeouts in his previous 7 starts of the year. Of course, he came in as the league leader with 57 strikeouts and 37 1/3, but he lasted just 2 innings in this one, and he is hung with a loss. There was no save in this ball game. So again, San Jose gets the victory. Giants now 26-11 on the year. 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and 9 left. Quakes suffered the loss and dropped to 21-17 on the season. 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, and 11 left aboard for the second straight night. On the personal side of things, Alex Hinshaw gets the victory. He improves to 3-0. Jose Arredondo takes the loss. He is now 2-2, and there was no save in this ball game. Fans, we're going to go ahead and say goodnight to you for right now, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, it'll be the Yellow Book USA post-game show on the air. We'll take a look at how these runs were scored, and we'll also get you all set up for tomorrow's podcast as the Quakes try to salvage at least one of these 3 games and try to avoid the sweep at the hands of the San Jose Giants. Of course, the Quakes coming off of a sweep of the high-distance Mavericks don't want to give all that momentum right back by getting swept to close out this homestand. So we'll be back. We'll go ahead and step aside for right now, but when we come back, it'll be the Yellow Book USA post-game show. That'll be coming up in 1 minute. Quakes fall tonight by a final count of 7-3. Stay tuned. We'll be back here on the Quakes Radio Network.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball has been brought to you in part by the Ontario Airport Marriott, Vineyard Bank, Charter Media, Galliano Winery, the City of Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sprint, Chipotle, Red Roof Inn, the City of Rancho Cucamonga, Allstate Insurance, Farmer John, Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and NationwideSurveys.com. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes Baseball all season long. This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next.
Termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the book, Yellow Book, not the other book. Fences, gates, inline skates, artists, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, Foster, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, Bombay, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, Yellow Book. Let your fingers do the walking, Yellow Book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Welcome to the Yellow Book USA post-game show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. This is Quakes Baseball.
Back here at the Epicenter, Yellow Book USA post-game show is on the air, fans. Welcome back as tonight the Quakes suffer the loss by the final count of 7-3. They've now dropped 2 in a row after winning 5 in a row previously here in the midst of this 9-game homestand. Taking a look at how these runs were scored, San Jose opened the scoring and never looked back. They got a run in the second off of Jose Arredondo, who, again, lasted only 2 innings, and we're not sure. I mean, we figure there's got to be a reason why. Maybe, hopefully, as something as small as a blister that was causing discomfort and knocked him out of the game. Hopefully you don't want to speculate on anything more than that, but you never know. We'll certainly check around and see what we can find for you. But Arredondo lasts just 2 innings. San Jose got its first run in the second. Brian Horwitz led off with a walk on 4 pitches. Then Carlos Sosa walked on 5 pitches. That's what runners had first and second. A fly-out moved Horwitz up 90 feet to third base, and then Simon Klink came through with a disputed RBI ground-out to make it a 1-0 game. On that play, with runners on the corners and 1 out, Klink hit a ground ball to the second baseman, Ryan Lakey, who looked for all the world like he fielded it, tagged Sosa as he went by, and then threw to first to get the out. The second base umpire said that Ryan Lakey missed the tag. It was one of a number of questionable calls that honestly, went both ways in this one. Looked from my angle like Ryan Lakey got the tag on, but of course the second base umpire is a lot closer to the action than we are up here. And he said Lakey missed the tag. That allowed the run to score, and that put San Jose on top 1-0. Giants tacked on 2 more in the top of the third. Dan Hawkins came on to start that inning for the Quakes. Served up a first pitch fastball to Joey Dyke to start things there in the third, and Dyke rode him out to left field for his first home run of the year. That made it 2-0. Then with 2 outs, Brian Horwitz tripled and came in to score on an infield hit by Carlos Sosa when Dan Hawkins was late covering the first base bag. And that allowed Horwitz to come in to score, make it 3-0. Quakes got a run back in the bottom of the third on an infield RBI single by Jose Rodríguez, but San Jose came right back. 2 runs in the top of the fourth, and it all started with 2 outs. Simon Klink grounded out to start the inning. It was a great play. Ryan Lakey going a long way to his right, ranging up the middle, backhanded that ball, flipped it to the shortstop, Jose Rodríguez, who then went to first base to get a beautiful 4-6-3 force out. And then Mike Wagner hit a chopper to the hole on the left side of the infield, and Jose Rodríguez made another really nice play. Had to put a lot on the throw to get Wagner, and he did. So just like that, 2 outs there in the fourth, and Julio Cordito followed with a slow roller to Rodríguez at short, and you figured it was going to be no problem. And what you know, Rodríguez made a couple of excellent plays, then booted the easy one. That allowed Cordito to reach. Joey Dyke was hit by a pitch. A walk loaded the bases, and then Mark Minikazi, with the bases loaded, hit a little comebacker to Dan Hawkins, who made a great play to field it, and then just panicked, had more time than he really thought that he did, and tried to make a throw to first, just put a stamp on it and sailed it down the right field line. That allowed 2 runs to score. That made it a 5-1 game. Rancho got a run back in the fourth. Pat Riley with a solo home run, his first of the year, but San Jose tacked on 2 more in the fifth as Hawkins walked Sosa to start the inning, then hit Guillermo Rodríguez. Those 2 would eventually come around to score after Mike Pete came into the game. So Pete goes 4 shutout innings, but did allow 2 inherited runners to score, as they were the responsibility of Dan Hawkins. That made it 7-2. Quakes, had some chances, got a leadoff walk in the fifth, couldn't move Fuller past first base. Leadoff single in the 6th inning from Collins, ended up straining him at second. Got a run in the 7th when they loaded the bases with 1 out, and got an RBI single by Jose Rodríguez, but Collins struck out. Ben Johnson grounded out. That kept it 7-3. Then in the 9th, they had another chance. Runners at the corners with nobody out, and Justin Heder came back to strike out the next 3 hitters. So, again, 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position last night. Tonight, Quakes not much better. 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position, and that's a big reason why they fall 7-3 tonight. Again, they stranded 11 men on base for the second straight game, and also for the second straight night, 6 of those 11 left in scoring position. Fans, we'll go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. Come back, take a look at the box score. That's coming up in 1 minute. Quakes fall tonight by a final count of 7-3. You're listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show.
tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, the book, not the other book. Grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, Bombay, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, let your fingers do the walking, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Back here on the Yellow Book USA post-game show, where tonight the Quakes fall by a final count of 7-3 to the San Jose Giants. Take a look at what the Quakes did offensively and pitching-wise in this one. Freddy Sandoval in the ninth inning doubled down the left field line to extend his hitting streak to 7 games. He finishes 1 for 4 with a double. He was also hit by a pitch, stole a base, scored a run, and struck out twice. So a little bit of everything for Freddy Sandoval as he continues his hot hitting. Ryan Leahy does not get a hit tonight, but he does get aboard 3 times. Officially, he finishes 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts, did reach on a strikeout wild pitch combination, and he also drew a couple of walks. Sean Rodriguez has a nice game at the plate, 2 for 5 with a pair of RBI singles. Michael Collins swings the bat pretty well as well. He goes 2 for 5 with a single and a double. He's also robbed of a hit on a great diving catch by Joey Dyke out in center field back in the 3rd inning, although Collins did also strike out twice there in his last 2 at-bats in the 7th and the 9th with runners in scoring position. Ben Johnson in the number 5 spot. Tough night for him. He goes 0 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts. Pat Riley extends his hitting streak to 7 games. He's kind of been overshadowed by Freddy Sandoval because Sandy's been so hot. He came in 12 for 22 to Freddy Sandoval. But Pat Riley quietly putting together a very nice 7-game hitting streak of his own. Extended that with a solo home run, his first of the year, in the 4th inning. Bottom third of the order, Baltazar Lopez goes 1 for 4 with a single and a couple of Ks. Drew Toussaint goes 0 for 2. He reached when he was hit by a pitch, also walked in the 7th and scored a run. And Cody Fuller, back in the lineup after missing the last couple of days, is 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. And pitching-wise, Jose Arredondo lasts just 2 innings in this one, takes the loss and drops to 2-2. Those 2 innings gives up a run, no hits for Arredondo, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. In the relievers, Dan Hawkins has a rough outing as he goes 2 innings, gives up 3 hits and 6 runs, 4 of them earned, and again, 2 of those runs, trucks to Hawkins, were inherited by the left-hander Mike Peet. So Hawkins goes 2 innings, gives up 6 runs, 4 of them earned, 3 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Mike Peet sets a season high for the Quakes in terms of innings pitched for a reliever with 4 shutout innings, 4 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, and Joe Torres with a perfect 9th, including a strikeout. Fans, we'll go ahead, step aside for one last 60-second break. We're going to come back, get you all set up for tomorrow night's broadcast, and also take a look at the California League scoreboard and see if the Quakes are going to be able to hold on for a tie of first place in the California League Southern Division. That's coming up in 1 minute here on the Quakes Radio Network.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fish and tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, not the other book. Florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, Bombay, white whale. Let your fingers do the walking, let your fingers do the walking, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Back here on the Yellow Book USA postgame show, where tonight the Quakes fall by a final count of 7-3 to the San Jose Giants. Fans, let's take a look at the scoreboard from around the California League, and we'll start with the game that everybody's interested in. Lake Elsinore hosting Inland Empire, and how about the Storm coming through with a 2-0 shutout win over the Inland Empire 66ers. Fans, you know what that means. A log jam at the top of the standings once again, as you'll have Inland Empire Rancho Cucamonga, and Lake Elsinore all tied for first, all three clubs at 21 and 17. A three-way tie for first in the California League Southern Division. The other Southern Division team that's in the thick of things is the High Desert Mavericks. They defeat Lancaster 13-8 up in a wild one at Clear Channel Stadium in Lancaster tonight. So High Desert with the victory will gain a game, and they will be just 2 games out of first. They'll have the Quakes, the Sixers, and the Storm all tied for first. High Desert just 2 out in the California League Southern Division. Other action, Stockton earlier this afternoon doubled up Bakersfield by a final count of 4-2 at Banner Island Ballpark in Stockton. And the other game tonight, Visalia, a big winner over Modesto by a final of 15-8. Vance, let's get you all set up for tomorrow night's broadcast. Quakes are going to try to avoid a sweep to the hands of the San Jose Giants. Like I said, you just got off of a sweep over the weekend of High Desert. Don't want to give all that momentum back by getting swept by San Jose. The Quakes will give the ball tomorrow to the right-hander Fernando Rodriguez. He'll try to stop this little 2-game losing skid and try to send the Quakes onto the road trip on a high note, as they'll try to finish 6-3 on this 9-game homestand. Fernie Rodriguez with a record of 3-2 and a 4.74 earned run average. He'll be opposed by San Jose right-hander Nick Pereira, who comes in with a record of 5-0 and a 1.07 earned run average. First pitch tomorrow set for 7:05. We'll be on the air right at the top of the hour at 7 o'clock with an abbreviated Quakes on Deck show. Again, first pitch tomorrow set for 7:05. First pitch at 7 o'clock. And the pitching matchups, Fernando Rodriguez, the right-hander for the Quakes, Nick Pereira, the league leader in ERA, at 1.07. The right-hander gets the ball for San Jose. Should be a good one, and we'll look forward to sharing it with you tomorrow night. Well, fans, that's the story from here at the epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, where tonight the Quakes lose their second in a row as they strand 11 men on base, 6 of them in scoring position for the second straight night, as San Jose gets the victory by a final count of 7-3. For everyone who has been a part of this one, especially tonight's producer and director, Mark Fiore, my name is Rob Sinclair, wishing all of you a very pleasant good evening, and reminding you that Quakes Baseball is a presentation of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes and the Quakes Radio Network. Again, the final score here tonight, San Jose 7, Rancho Cucamonga 3. So long, everybody. You've been listening to the Quakes California League Baseball.
You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. This is Fed.